know what it is. It's TK the Poet. You already know it, so you ain't got to quote it. If I spoke it, you already know what that means. Y'all wrote it. Y'all know what time it is. It's Poetry After Dark. You know, I started 3 minutes late, but just relax. We here. We here now. So, my host, shout out to Exclusive. She wouldn't be able to host today. She felt kind of under the weather. So, I'm going to pick you back up. It's Poetry After Dark. We here. But yeah, I want to talk about the brand for a little bit before we get into this dope poetry. I have a special guest coming up here to recite and spit his poetry. He's one of the dopest poets in here. He's a two-time reigning champion of poetry life. Look, if you know, you know. I ain't gotta give no introductions, but I want to talk about this good poetry. Like, y'all see the shirt, check the merch. This is coming soon. This is not out right now, but this is coming soon, Poetry Life. But I do have shirts available. Hold on, let me get back into my bag real quick. Hey, you know, dig the Poetry Life, we have shirts. We have all types, Poetry Life, get your merch. Support the brand, Poetry Life. We got all type of sizes, shirts, schemes, and different stuff. But hey, support. They $25 a piece. Support the platform. That's the only way we can grow by supporting. And also check us out on YouTube. It's Black Room Media. If you didn't know, now you know. Black Room Media, YouTube. Let me go ahead and change some things real quick. Let me see if I can change. Hold on. What is the list? Let's go. Let's exit out of there. There we go. Let me see if I can change this real quick. Or here we go. Let's type in. Y'all already know it's Poetry Life. Okay. So now you have to know it's Poetry Life, Poetry Life, Poetry Life. If you didn't know, now you know. But hold on, let me get the tunes back. Don't know why it stopped, but we here for it. Yeah, we here for it. It's Poetry Life, Poetry Life. Like I said, support all the platforms. Black Room Media on YouTube. Facebook's TK the Poet. We have our group on Facebook called Poetry Life. Come join and see all the dope material that we have. We here to stay. We have poets from all over the world, poets from Africa, England, China, you name it. It's in there. Different walks of life. So, if you want to be entertained about what type of poetry we have, oh, you're going to be entertained. As my one colleague say, Mr. Eric Curry, are you not entertained? You have to be entertained. So, yeah, check us all out. Like I said, Instagram, Black Room Media, TK the Poet, the real TK the Poet on Twitter. All like I said, support all major platforms and also support the poets that come up here because they up here speeding they hearts out. They speaking what they feeling of the emotions that they going through. So please respect the poets, and if anyone want to come up there, please inbox me at any time. Again, this is TK the Poet. You already know, so you ain't got to quote it. So we're gonna go ahead and get in. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna start it off with a poem and let y'all know that what we here for. So let me go ahead and start. Let me kill the music for 1 second. And let me get in my zone. It's TK the Poet. Let's see. What can I go with? Mm. I've been writing some new stuff. I don't know if I want to give you all the new stuff, but let me see. Let me go to one poem that I had that I recited on my first poetry slam. So we go ahead and get into that real quick. But also before we get into that, real quick, also want y'all to realize that you can call in to the show to tap in with us, let us know how y'all feel or what y'all feel like how you like the platform or anything like that. Or if you want to call in just to chop it up or spit some poetry. Hey, the numbers at the bottom. So call in, and be a supporter. We here to stay. And also, if you didn't know, Poetry Life is the NBA of Poetry Life. If it's not Poetry Life, then it's not poetry. That's it. So let me go ahead and get into this first poem that I got. We're going ahead and go ahead and jump it off right. Let me see. Wake up and stare into the eyes of a blinded soul, where raindrops feel so hot and fire feels so cold. See rocky roads that feel so smooth beneath my shoes. How can I lose when I'm so far advanced? But let me guess, when you taking that chance, it's 50-50. It's either you succeed or fail, get defeat or prevail. But what the hell am I doing right? Wait, hell, right? How can they go in the same sentence? Okay, I get it. It's like how God and the judge can give you the same sentence, but wait, let me finish. God, judge, life can give you the same sentence. Both can give and take life. See, that's why I say God not the only one that can judge and condemn. Why go to it like a fire when I can't even swim? Why be evil and live backwards? Wait. Don't you see how far advanced I am? Because isn't evil live backwards? See, I don't want to live, but I want life for the one who creates. But how much longer will I betray him? Will other people portray him? But see, they different, but they kind of same in the same sense because one takes his loyalty and trust go against the other one, act like him, and play both sides of the fence. So which one is worse? See, I'm a blindless soul that can see clear past my fears and cold tears. Blindless soul, TK the poet. That's how we're gonna jump it off. Something great. But I want to bring to the stage, one of the champions of poetry, like not one, but two-time reigning champion. We're gonna go with Phineas White. Let's bring Finn the human, up to the stage.
What it do?
Let's.
What it do?
What's going on? What's going on with you, man? How's your weekend going?
Oh, it's going, man. That was a dope poem you just dropped, man. That was real fire, man.
Man, that poem. Someone gave me a 3 on that poem the first time I spit it.
Yeah, I mean the way you just performed that, man, you get a strong 4.6 out of 5.
That's good. Look, out of 5, hey, that's good. I take that. You know what I'm saying? But like the first, I understand why I got a 3 the first time I did do that because my performance wasn't good. I was stumbling over the words and I was getting nervous. Anxiety was building up, and my mouth was getting dry, and I really didn't put that much energy into it. So I now understood why I got a 3. But I like that poem.
It was dope, man. Like I said, you had some bars in that one.
No,
The
blind soul.
evil and live backwards. Yeah, I was
Look.
listening.
Look, wait a minute, because isn't evil live? Yeah, that way. So
Yeah.
but tell a little bit about you, Finn. Let the people know who is Finn the human.
Well, I'm not your hero. I'm not your villain. I'm just Finn, your friendly neighborhood human. That's
Mm.
all.
Okay.
Uh, Poetry, man. I've been doing poetry for 25 plus years now. Uh,
Mm.
Still do it. Wrote a new one today. I might drop a little later. So still loving it. Still loving the wordplay and the creativity of it.
Okay. Tell the people a little bit about the poetry tournament that you was in. That you went against 10 poets, 10 qualified poets, and it came down to the very last round where, and also like even during the rounds, like you wasn't the top poet in any one of these rounds that was you in, but you came and finished strong. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we disagree about who was the top poets in the earlier round, but no, I mean it was a real tough competition, man. You had, especially this last tournament, uh, you had incredible poets in there, and every round, I mean, it was a fight for survival. So the poetry was top tier. The performances were great, and you had people from all different walks of life involved, and people from all over the world involved in it. So it was definitely a tough competition, and I'm very humble that I was able to pull out a W.
Okay, but by you being two-time champion, did you feel like, oh, I got this in the bag because I've been through it before? So, they not knowing really what's going on with this tournament. So did you feel like, you had a leverage on everybody else?
I think my pen game speaks for itself. I think I got the dopest pen that I know of, at least. I'm not saying Not saying that I'm untouchable, but I will put my pen against anybody in the world. So
Okay, 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 okay. That's what I'm talking about. That confidence. That's fire. Yes, fire. So, what do you have going forward?
like I said, man, I'm continue writing. Uh, life gives you the experience to be creative. So the trials and tribulations and hardships, the joys and accomplishments, everything that life has to offer gives you some inspiration to write.
Okay. And we have the Don in the comments. Shout out to the did it Don. We're waiting for the Don to make her appearance. We
Yeah,
waiting on that special. The special love poet to come up.
I definitely want to hear from the Don, man. Definitely want to hear some poetry from the Don.
Oh, Stephen, I'm trying to hold on. Oh, okay. I'm tripping. Okay, there we go. Look, I'm still learning this app though, so we all new to this, but we stay true to this for real. So, since we here, we passed the 10 minutes mark. Go ahead, jump us off with some great poetry. I'm gonna let you go ahead and have the flow.
Right. I am made of stardust. The comets are my cousins. The hardest objects in existence share the qualities of the resilience of my substance. My chemical makeup is pure and rare in form. Every syllable of my name has the ability to tame even the scariest pterodon. Even as a pawn, I protect the king I am. I keep a pocket full of roses I can ring around. Through the ashes, I've accomplished more than Martin Luther could dream about. My thoughts nailed to the doors of freedom to think out loud. I walk hand in hand with my brethren in honor of what Luther King Jr. used to preach about. I've done things in the light that darkness refuses to speak out loud. But I'm a modest being. I've been beaten and broken. I've had my wings clipped, been offered up as feed for the hopeless. I've ridden next to the apocalypse. I've greeted death with arms open. I know the gravity of the situation when the pressure starts to close in. I've used helplessness as an arduous muse through smoke flurries. I stepped out alive, and you were made of stardust too. So don't worry.
Let me unmute myself. That was straight fire. Fire, 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 fire from the champion of poetry life. So, give us a little walkthrough through that poem. What was your thought process, or can you give us some lines that people may not caught during the hearing or the first hearing of the poem?
Man, this was a poem from not this last tournament, but the tournament before. And
Mm-hmm.
this was right when COVID hit, and I think y'all, the judges and you gave the topic of "Don't worry" as one of our topics.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, through the COVID scare and life just in general, trying to kind of tearing people apart, jobs and relationships failing, and all kinds of different things, it was something like, man, we've been through it and we can survive it. So I did the "We Are Made of Stardust," and I've been through it, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here, and you're made of the same stuff I am. So don't worry. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's basically where it was coming from.
Okay. So, how long did it take for you to write that poem?
And I write quickly, man. The research is the longest part of my writing. So I do a lot of research when I write. That one in particular didn't take a lot of research. I think mostly it was spelling and pronunciation. So my rhyme schemes would work. I think in total that one was probably about 30 minutes to write. The Had to make sure that I got the Martin Luther versus the Martin Luther King Jr. references correct. So
Talk about that though.
so Martin Luther was the man who was basically kicked out the community for posting nailing his religious beliefs to the door against the king's orders. And so, it's kind of he kind of set the ground for our freedom of speech. And so when I said like I've done things that Martin Luther could only dream about, my thoughts nailed to the doors of freedom to think out loud. he paved the way for that back in
Mhm.
early Europe, and then I transitioning from that because the way I said it, it sounded like I was talking about Martin Luther King, but then I transitioned to I walk hand in hand with my brethren in honor of what Luther King Jr. used to preach about. So,
Mhm. I mean, like that's probably one of my favorite parts of the Rob scheme about that. That was pretty dope. I kind of like that.
appreciate it, appreciate it. I mean, my favorite part is I like the dark end. I like the dark stuff. So when I go into I've been beaten and broken and had my wings clipped and been offered up as feed for the hopeless. I mean, I like that parts of it, and then bring it back to the light with I stepped out alive. So,
Okay. You got another poem for us? Don't get the people, some
the
more
one,
hits for being the human.
yeah, I'll do one more that I know. Then I'm gonna let somebody else come up because I want to practice this one I wrote today and drop a jewel for y'all. So
Okay,
here-
okay, okay.
here's
Oh,
one that
go ahead and give you the flow. Being the human. We live. Let's go.
As a
Hold
child, I wasn't allowed on the side of town where the vampires taught you to count. Odd as it sound, I was being sheltered from where the devils and the monsters abound. Zounds. You gotta be wary of zombie Lincoln and ghouls, and laser guided sharks on the deep end of pools, and watch over your flocks, because sometimes under the sheepskin is wolves. But when I'm alone in my room, I've been known to howl at the moon, the deep seated love inside that halogen plume, something beautiful that the murderer crows can sink their talons into. Helped by a talented few, the champion stallion gallantly galloping through heaven's heavy battalion and the rapscallion's galleon crew, I've now got skeptical battlements and armed with malleable truths, roots deep in anarchy, abandoning alchemy and enrolling in falconry school. And it allowed me to cross a name off a list of things I don't get to do often, and it came with the gift of the king, like Christopher Walken, talking like a cat in boots.
Okay, okay, okay. Talking like Christopher Walker, cats and boots, man. We here. Hey, hey, hold on. Let me. That was fire though. That was straight fire. Hey, look, I think a lot of people didn't catch that last bar. Talk about that last bar.
Oh man, that last part, if you caught it, man, shout out to you because that one I wrote for me. Uh, so obviously the talking like a cat in boots is a Puss in Boots reference.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 1980s, Christopher Walken played in the musical Puss in Boots, and he was Puss in Boots. And so that's that reference. And one of the songs he sang was called "A Gift for the King."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
look, I'm not gonna hold you. The first time I heard that, I was kind of it sounded cool. I'm like, okay, that's fire, but I really didn't grasp what you was talking about. But when you came and explained it to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fire. That's fire. I'm not gonna hold you. That's fire. And I like, look, I'm not gonna hold you. You're the champion of poetry life. Your mind and how you write and how you put stuff together is like it's a work of art. I just want to give you your flowers and congratulate you for going through the gauntlet of the tournament and winning it 2 times. And and also with your mind and how you write in the double and triple entendres and the schemes and stuff like that, like that was a work of art.
man, I appreciate it.
So man, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down one time, and I'm gonna let you uh get to it, on that poem that you want to go ahead and drop for us. So, but I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna bring you up a little bit later.
All right, man.
All right. So now I'm gonna bring another poet to the stage. He's one of the most electrifying, most razzle dazzle poet that I didn't heard. With the punches back to back, the lines, the wittiness, the laughter, the comedian aspect of his poetry. He's one of the greatest. Danny McBeth. I'm gonna bring you to the stage. Hold up. I'm gonna bring you to the stage, man. I gotta give you a proper introduction. He is
What's going on, bro?
one of the greatest, man. We here. Hey, what's going on?
What's good with you, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, it's Saturday. It's the weekend. Chilling. Had chill with the kid. Hey, I did a lot today. I got a lot of stuff accomplished today. So to myself. You know.
Life is good, man. Life is good.
So I want to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
Before we get into your
Wait.
poet.
Before you do that though, the poet that was just up.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear more of him. I need him to link with me, man. Find me, bro. I'm Microphone McFan on everything. I'm a McFan, Danny McFan, Microphone McFan on every single thing that you can find me on.
Okay.
Find me, bro. I want to hear more of you. But go ahead, bro. I apologize.
Hey, no, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, he's the champion of poetry, like 2-time champion.
Yeah,
You know, like hey, he comes with it. When he come with it, he come with it. So hey, shout out to the Finn the Human.
no doubt.
But
He a monster.
yeah, he is like lyrical wordplay, phenomenal. But let's get into you though. What started you in poetry?
Okay. So I met this. I was working with this chick named Blaze. She's a travel poet. She's phenomenal. Um, she's more, now that I know poetry better, she's more of a performer. She's a phenomenal writer. Don't get me wrong, but she's more of a performer than she is a writer. Like when you see her, you're gonna get a experience.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, long story short, I was working with her. I heard she was a poet, so I just put something down. I just wrote something and gave it to her. Like I write. I just made something up,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Come to poetry set," and I'm like, "Nah, man, that shit." Honestly, this is my real words. So I was like, "Man, that shit gay, man. I ain't fucking with that." So she kept saying, "Come," and it was right down the block from my house. So I'm riding down the block one day, and the spot was jumping, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And I hit the U-turn, and it was poetry. I'm like, "Man, let me go get dressed real quick." And I came down, and when I walked in, I never forget. It was this cat doing a poem called "The Writing Is on the Wall." He was talking about spray paint, and then he started talking about being in jail and hearing people down the halls yelling. And I was like, "Dog, this is street. This is something I can relate to."
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? This real life. It's not, when you hear the word, spoken word or poetry, you think of all this. They talk like this, and they talk about astros and stars, and man, it wasn't that. It was real life. People talking about real life stuff, and it just caught me. That was it. Like, and the first time I performed, I remember walking off stage and they pat me on my back and the crowd was clapping, and I was hooked. It wasn't no coming back from that. Like, I've quit a couple times, but I always come back.
So, like, I'm not gonna hold you when I'm up on this stage, and it's just the energy from the crowd. They loving your material, and it just give you more fire and fire. Look, they was energized to me. I'm not gonna hold you. Once the crowd start going crazy, I'm like, okay, y'all feeling this, y'all get this. Okay, let me go a little bit deeper. Let me go a little bit harder. Pause if necessary. But it's that crowd for me.
So you know what? Like, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's the poets. Like, I write a lot of poetry about. So I the poem that you heard last time. It was the Beast poem. That was a poet's poem. It's not written for the crowd. It's written for poets, because like where I come from, like, you know what I'm saying, that energy. It was like somebody tonight is gonna snap. It ain't no telling who it is gonna take the show. But every week, it's the pressure to come beat that last person. So somebody get off and you like, oh, I can't wait. I go home and write that night. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be up, I can't sleep, trying to outright the last poet. And I write a lot of poems about poetry. So it is the crowd. Sometimes it's to get shit off my chest. And then sometimes, because what I rarely do though, and I want to ask you this question. What I rarely do is write to preach. And a lot of poets feel like poetry has to be a message. And I've been not ousted, but I've been looked at different, because I don't always have a message. Right. Sometimes it's been entertaining. When I come, I want to be entertained. I want to laugh, want to joke. Now, I do want, somebody to kick some knowledge, but you kicking knowledge to the scholars.
Right.
Go preach that to the kids, people on the street. We already know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But what do you feel about that? Like the balance of I'm sorry to turn this around.
No, go ahead.
But what do you feel like the balance of having a message, a strong message, and just being entertaining sometimes? Sometimes I want to have a message though, but other times I want to entertain.
Like I feel like you have to have both. And like even with myself, I try to send a message and be entertaining at the same time. But like even in my process of writing, I can't speak about nobody else's process of writing. Like I just write. Like I honestly, people ask me like, "What is your method of writing?" Or what do you be thinking about? Honestly, like 9 out of 10, I be having something in my mind that I want to write about, and it comes out totally different what I thought it was. So whatever words that the Most High put in me, like that's what I write. And like I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I go back over my material and be like, "Man, that's fire! I wrote this." Like I had to pat myself on the back, like, oh, boy, you did that. Like that was fire. Like, yeah.
You know what, bro? I hold on. Let me ask you a question first.
Yeah.
I'm about to open a new window. Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can still see you.
Okay. I had once had the opportunity to hear myself as for the first time, like not knowing, because normally by the time you write a piece, went over it a couple times, perfected it, took out shit you ain't like, and then like like as you writing it, you reading it again.
Right.
And so there was one time I'm going through my Instagram, and I saw a post, and a chick had challenged me to do a I'm dope poem. I already had one. I had a dope poem, but I wrote one that day just to challenge myself, and I never memorized it. I never like kept it. I tossed it. So I wrote it, and then I just recorded it just for the challenge, and then that was it. Bro, I had a chance to hear myself for the first time without knowing my punchlines, without knowing what I was gonna say, and I was like you said, I was like, oh shit, I pat myself. I was like, damn, I'm dope, dog. I wrote this shit. Like I was kind of, yeah. That I only had that opportunity once, but I didn't know none of the punchlines. I didn't know what I was gonna say next. I was listening to myself literally like somebody in the crowd that never heard me. Right. And I had that chance one time, and I was like, damn, dog, I kind of did. That was kind of dope.
Fire.
Yeah.
Look, and that's what I be saying. Like when I be going over my material, or when I play back my material that I recorded and stuff, I'm be like, okay. But I use those like game tapes as well. Me listening to myself and seeing like, okay, what can I do to improve my performance or my wordplay or anything like that. So, like, yeah. But with your original question, like, do poetry always have to have a message? No, but once you become an entertainer, your thing is how can I resonate with the fan base? So sometimes you got to open up your yourself to other things, be more funny, be hilarious, or talk about different things. You got to open up your poetry. Yeah. So I understand by sending a message. Okay, that's cool. But what about the entertainment? What about the people that want to laugh and chuckle?
You know what the Beast poem, the one that you heard, and I don't even remember if I did the new one or the old one. I think I did the old one because I wrote two of them. I wrote a response to my old piece, but the Beast poem in particular, I feel like that is a bridge between people who like poetry, because I wrote it for poets, but it's also cats who don't never even listen to poetry. The cats like me, when I first came in that first time, like that. Like I write a lot of pieces for people who never thought they would like poetry, and they can come in and just listen off the street. And you don't have to be versed in this, because you know what I'm saying? It's for the regular listeners, people who like, you know what I'm saying, Lil Wayne and you know what I'm saying, Mo3.
Right.
They can come in and still and enjoy it, because honestly, I come in and some of it gets too artsy for me. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I like people who got a message. I like people who got a flow. I love content. I love concepts. But sometimes people get just too artsy in they craft, and I try not to get beyond myself. I try to stay in that.
What do you mean by artsy?
I think people try too hard to like create next level shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I think they lose the common people. You know what I'm saying? I think they lose everybody. Like there's some people who specifically write over your head.
Right.
And I can get that too. I get that too. But there are some people who try to write over your head and they ain't there, or they just always reaching. It's like, I see what you did there, but you like, it's just too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just calm it down and just be who you are. And we can all enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? But some people, like, for example, I've gone to places and watched some poets, and they talk like this about poetry, and it's, you know what I'm saying, they just trying too hard. But they think poetry should sound like
right.
But poetry shouldn't sound like that. Poetry should sound like you sound different from me, sound different from her, sound different from him. It's each of our voice. I want to take my crowd. I tell a lot of story poems. Let me take you on a journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Follow me to wherever I feel like going that day. Like you said, I don't even write with no, you know what I'm saying? I pick up a pen and write, and follow me for whatever I was on that day. You know what I'm saying? But some people feel like it should sound like a certain thing, and it sounds forced.
Man, you know what's so crazy? I had a conversation today. I was talking to an individual about poetry, and I was like, you know, people used to ask me, who do you listen to, or who's your favorite poet, whatever. And I'll be like, honestly, I don't even listen to poetry. and people that like, what, you write poetry and you don't like, in the beginning, like, nah, like I write, I just write, because you know I did music for a while, so you know, and it just translated into doing poetry. So like, I never, like, I was fresh to poetry. I didn't know people that, I thought poetry was lame. So you know, I wasn't just, you know, I wasn't just researching poets and I was like, oh, I want to sound like that person, or I like that. Like, nah, I just started writing. So you know, I got hooked on it. But like to this day, I listen to some poets and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, just to see what my competition is. Like, I don't, like, that's the only reason why I listen to other poets, to say, okay, what level do I need to be at? Like, okay, I'll see he's doing good. Okay, let me see if I can, you know, bump it up a notch, or let me work on my game. So it's all about me studying film and knowing, okay, this is what people are getting to in this era and stuff like that. So I kind of like, it's game footage for me.
You know what though, fam? I'm really the same way. Like when I wrote raps, I couldn't listen to music while I was doing it. I couldn't listen to no beat, no nothing. I had to just sit with me and my pen and my paper when I write a rap. And the same thing now. I don't listen to poets, but there's some poets that I just like a poet in particular, like K-Love. She's just ridiculous. She's from Chicago, and she came down, bro. The first time I heard her, I got goosebumps. She changed how I spit. That's why I write in the punchlines when I do those kind of poems. There's, you know, a cat out here. There's a cat in Milwaukee. Like there's, you know, Don and Mario, and like a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of poets that I like to hear in person. But no, I don't listen to poetry though. Right. I never listen to poetry. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I love if somebody do something nasty. If you do something good, you know what I'm saying? Like that just make me want to go home and write. Right. I want to outdo every poet. I'm competitive like that, but it's a friendly competition because I want you to outdo what I just did, so I can outdo you again. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want you to bring it to me. Make me write nasty.
Look, I'm trying to tell you. Look, but look, I was in before, you know, because we have requests. They said they want to hear you spit. They said we talking too much. They want to hear you spit. So you know, we're gonna get.
I don't even know what I'm doing. But look, honest, I don't know what I'm doing. But okay, go ahead, because I'm looking while you saying that.
Man, I was in this poetry slam not too long ago, and I got second place, and I just felt disrespected because the person that gave the first place to whatever, they wasn't that good. And you know, I did one of my hit poems, My Life Not Yours.
Yeah.
And she was talking about she was talking about God, but she was rapping like she was talking like God has sent me a sign, and the sign sent me another sign, and I had to stop and rewind and think about what Christ did for me. And I'm like, it was cool, but I gave him straight fire. So look, and I felt like okay. Everybody at the end, they was bringing everybody up who's like first, second, third, whatever. And then when they got to me, like they told me I won second, but then they gave the first prize to the person who won it. Then after everything, everybody's like, "Do we have any comments from the crowd?" And everybody give me all types of praise, like, "Oh, we love your energy, we love this, blah blah blah," and all this other stuff. But they ain't one person say anything about her poem.
You know what though, Kinfo? I'm gonna tell you this, and Finn, I got you, Finn, the human. I got you, bro. I promise. It's gonna be worth the wait. But you helped me pick out the piece I was gonna do. Because I did this at a slam one time, and I did another poem at the slam, that same slam.
Mm-hmm.
The other poem was dope, but it was not as dope as this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a lower score because I was talking about God. This poem I'm about to do is about God.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't like the reference to God.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I referenced God, you know what I'm saying, I got a lower score. But I also went to New York and I slammed.
Mm-hmm.
And the boy did a whole like 3-minute speech about one of my lines about like I was talking about my daughter, and I was like, man, we need to raise more Madam C.J. Walkers and less streetwalkers.
Mm.
The boy did a whole like 3-minute speech about how we need to respect prostitutes. I was like, niggas, this Prostitute Appreciation Day on my poem, dog. Like, you gonna do that before they score me?
Hold on, I gotta get the laughter in because.
Like, it's Prostitute Appreciation Day before they score me, though. Is what you doing before they score me.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, man, like, that's why I don't really, honestly, I don't slam. Yeah. If you ask me to get in the competition, I'd rather do an open mic. I'm a featured poet. Yeah. Let me do 3, 4, 5 poems and like, you know what I'm saying, take them on a journey.
Right.
However I'm feeling. But I hate slams because it's I've beaten poets that did a better poem than me, and I heard that shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm gonna beat them because I know what the crowd is fucking with right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand what the crowd is doing, and I seen it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hate that part of it,
man. Yeah, like to me, I was looking like, really? I'm like, all right, give me a little prize. Let me go ahead and walk up out here because I just feel at this moment because even like everybody said, man, you should have won. And I'm like, but she was the house poet.
Yeah,
she was one of their house poets. And what it looked like,
that home cooking.
Right. So it's like what it looked like someone new coming in and stepping on everything and giving them the first. Like, they're not gonna do that. Like, nah, they weren't gonna do that. So, I respect it. Like, I respect the game. Gave me a little gas money. Appreciate you.
Right.
Shout out to that poetry slam. But yeah, let's get to it though. People want to hear.
One more last thing about the slam thing, and then I'm gonna spit. I promise. When I came to Dallas, so back at home, we don't slam. Mm-hmm. We spit for features. So once you known and you done did your thing on the open mic, you become an opener. And then the next season, somebody else is an opener for your feature. Like, you open for somebody else's feature first. You got to be opener first.
Right.
Then your next season. So you got to go through 2 years of being like, you know what I'm saying, before you're a feature. And that's the prize. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying, your feature. Because that book you for shows and whatnot. I come here and it's a slam culture. Mm-hmm. I don't even know shit about slam. But in order to get on the mic, I had to slam.
Right.
Point is, long story short, a lot of poets that was smiling in my face stop smiling once a nigga started winning slam.
Look, I'm trying to tell you.
That song changed. I was like, damn, over points? Nigga, over points? That's what we doing? Over points, nigga?
Look, it get like that though, But I get I get a lot of shots thrown at me because I say I am Timothy. I am the best poet in the world.
I like that. If you ain't put that in the poem, nigga, you better, because I will.
I am him. I am Timothy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get a lot of people like, oh yeah, let me up. Like, look, the talk different. You know what I'm saying? You can try, but the talk different. You know what I'm saying? So but like far as with people when I come into a place, whatever, I already get this like this nasty, like, oh, he think he like, look, I am who I am. Don't be say people. One thing I don't understand about some people, yeah, they get mad at me because I say I'm great. Why can you say you great? You get mad at me because I say I'm greatness? You cool? You good?
Yeah. Is there something wrong with you, bro? You all right? You ain't great? Yeah.
Like,
but
man,
just because I'm great don't mean just because you great don't mean that everybody else ain't too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some greatness out here.
Most definitely. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you the flow, because people are waiting.
Any subject, right? Poetry after dark. I could go on anything.
Anything you want to. This is your thing. This is your platform right now, man.
I don't even know what I was gonna do, but I ain't done this one in a while. And since we was talking about it, I feel like my whole life I've been close to trouble. And I've never been opposed to struggle. When my mama made me, she raised me with a magnitude of hustle and a mountain of muscle. Not by my strength, but by God's power, point to his word that gives me access to excel. A great outlook as well. I continue to carry on even though at times I stumbled and fell, but I never quit, so I never fail. Sometimes in order to climb to divine places, you got to make it through hell. See, I've been through the fire, but I never let it burn me. My destination is all that concerns me. Never mind those potholes or obstacles I got to face during the journey. They don't deter me. I hold on to determination, inspiration, and motivation firmly. Besides that, I got a direct connect to a God that would never turn his back on me, created in his image. So see, any mention of me not being an extension of he, fam, that's baloney. God tested me on it to give me a testimony. So when I think of trials and lessons, each one is surrounded by 1,000 blessings. Giving up now? Nah, man, that's out of the question. No need for resting, God. Just give me direction and a lot of protection. Because I know the enemy out here to attack me. Using money, women, and fake friends, anything he can to distract me. That's his plan for the average black man, actually. But I refuse to let him trap me. Even though I've traveled this road as bumpy as bad acne, my solution is proactive. I became proactive. See, how can I be passive when I know my God is massive? All I got to do is look at this book of answers and find the right passage to lead me to the right passage. I had advanced classes in Abundance University, but I wanted diversity, so God immersed me in adversity. I graduated with extra credit and mercy, so glad that God heard me. Listen when I prayed and petition, directions given, son, play your position. Not only did he give me divine supervision, but in addition, ambition with a vision led me to victory. Taught me to believe the only time I ever lose is when I choose to concede. I'm never discouraged. I got the courage to keep trying. I refuse to give up on life and start dying. I'm king of this concrete jungle. No lion. I'm iron delusions. I came to the conclusion that my obstacles are just optical illusions. I ain't losing. I'm winning by a long shot. Put my money on my long shots. I'm a success sniper. I'm the type of writer that writes life in my typewriter. So I'm trying to get my life right. Not perfect, but I strive to be Christ-like, fight the right fight, avoid the allure of the nightlife. See, even perceiving the possibility of poverty is preposterous. My mere presence is prosperous. The all-powerful passages on prophetic pages that promised it, I know it's a problem for pessimistic people to process it, but my thought process is on progress. I'm going to make a profit. Like a Muhammad's mama. Find a way to make it like Obama found Osama. So even when it's hard to find, like downtown parking, I learned that often God will carry me when I get tired of walking. And those wishing for my failure can't stop me. I'm gonna make it in front of their face like I'm a living hibachi. Just watch me. As long as I'm living, I'm winning. Blessings attracted to me like nasty women. I'm successing without stressing. So we're manifesting and counting my blessings, grateful for life lessons. God is the answer. Somebody please repeat the question. That's that piece.
Man, hold up, man. Boy, it was so much into that. I'm gonna bring up Finn the Human.
Man, what it do? That was dope as hell. Man.
Look, I'm trying to tell you. He said I'm a gold snipe.
Well, he had me over here freestyling with him and shit. He was talking about He's talking about I want to be Christ-like. I'm like, yeah, and I'm eye for eye, bite for bite, type to bring a knife to a knife fight. You know, I'm going.
Like that was fight. Then he said, "My God is massive." What's that line again? You say, "My God is massive." Like that. That
How
was.
can I be passive when I know my God is massive? Yeah.
Like,
man.
like he was. Hey, wordplay is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Definitely some
Appreciate
ball.
it. And see, like that poem got me a low score one time, and I was like, dog, that's a great written poem.
Look.
Like I did the whatever the PPPPP thing is when I did that part, I was like that. I had the punchline. Like it was a good poem, bro.
Nah, it was
And
dope.
you know what I'm saying? When they gave me a low score, I was like, because I mentioned God, whatever, man.
But that's crazy though. That's crazy. But I mean, if they didn't appreciate the cadence, the wordplay, the analogy, the double and triple entendres that you did, like
Right.
the
So
back
I think,
to back.
yeah. I mean, but you know, it is what it is, man. Everything ain't for everybody. But that's why I don't like to slam, because I get mad.
Right.
I'd be like, man, that shit was I be
Right.
I'd be sitting there like this, like, man, fuck them, because that was a good ass poem.
Look.
Like, man. But Finn, though, I need to link with you though, bro, because I need to hear more from you.
Definitely. I got, man, you're about to hear a debut. I wrote this today. Ain't never been heard before, but by mine ears only. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Again, I just wrote it, so if I stumble on it, forgive me, please.
Let me go ahead and give you the flow. You know, let the champion get in the building. You know.
All right. When I met the goddess, she told me that she thought that I was exotic. I told her I'm surrounded by snakes in this garden. She laughed and said, boy, your eyes are hypnotic. I'm sure a pent-up sexual energy played a part in the optics, blinded to the head full of venom. Her locks were brilliant, like a head full of copper. Inside her, I felt like Poseidon, the god of the water. God did I love her, gave her everything in life that I had to offer. The world was her oyster. I would hoist a battle flag and wage war against all that came to destroy her. I didn't notice the torture, destruction, seduction of other men into the death grip of her coils. I was joyous at the planting and reaping what we sowed in the soil, but everything she touches gets poisoned. The very milk from her breast is naturally spoiled. She is a true architect of chaos. Her wake is not but burned and stone men crumbling. I fell for the flute in the basket, awoken to madness in the snake pit stumbling. Most of my life has been seduced by Medusa. I truly do fear her. Other men have died by her fangs. I couldn't cut the head off the snake. My only escape was to show her her true self in the mirror and walk away.
Fine. Yeah, you snapped on that, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna work on it, man. I'm gonna get it down because I like the flow of that one too.
So let me ask y'all both a question, man. I know both are important, but what way is heavier to you? Like lyrical, like the lyricist, or the content, like the concepts, not the content, but the concepts.
I'm a lyricist, so for me personally, it's my lyricism. You can make anything dope with good lyricism, like you were saying earlier. It doesn't have to have a preachy feel or necessarily a message to it. You can write about a walk in the park, and if it's lyrical, it's dope to me. So,
all right, I'm with you on that, right? But let's take a this is a rap song. I don't know if you familiar with it, but if you're not, listen to it. It was damn, what's his name? Styles P. He had a song, Nobody Believes Me, right? Where he was asleep and his gun woke him up. He was talking to his knife, he was talking to his gun, he was talking to his money throughout the song, right? And just the idea of that was just like ridiculous to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea of it alone was just stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do respect, I'm a lyricist too. So I love dope lyrics. But sometimes I hear poems with the concept and I'm like, wow. Like the idea of that alone was just You know what I'm saying? Just even not even the poem itself. I'm saying the idea of it, but then to pull it off just makes it like ridiculous.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but see, with me, the idea and the lyricism go hand in hand. So it's like when I'm writing, like that the particular one I wrote today, I was talking about a previous relationship with somebody, and that how I framed it together is, I mean, all the concept came with me trying to do my lyrical ability. And in one line that I had initially was the one where I said, I'm surrounded by snakes in the garden. She laughed and said, boy, your eyes are hypnotic. And I'm saying, okay, I'm going on the snake theme. Medusa, because she was kind of a
right,
use men, turn them to stone type shit, So I mean, the ideas all came together off the lyricism of it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that.
Hey, you muted.
Yeah.
Look, I've been talking this whole time, didn't even know it.
You muted.
But I like lyrics. I'm big on words, but the concepts, it kind of get me more than lyrics. You know what I'm saying? It's because I feel like it's more creativity when you're doing a concept.
Well, so I'm gonna check because now I'm gonna do something that's just straight lyrical fire real quick, and then y'all tell me what y'all think about that.
Okay, so you trying to go up next? You trying to do another one?
Doing it right now. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and give you the flow. And after that, I'm gonna bring up the did it done. Poetry life. But I'm going ahead and give you the flow. You got it.
Without light, we dwell in perpetual darkness. The same goes without love, wisdom, and knowledge, and I'm working on becoming an intellectual. I already feel like an extraterrestrial agnostic, and I'm feeling nauseous from the metamorphosis. I went from being a typical informative biblical conformist to questioning the metaphysical and building up my own empirical fortresses. And you don't want to verbally tangle with a lyrical contortionist, for we are all more or less moralist, singing our satirical choruses, songs to the unfortunate, being misled by the spiritual extortionists. But my spirit will enjoy the trip through the atmospherical void, and yet I will never avoid life for fear of death. Instead, I will enjoy life for fear of less. And unless I'm wrong, and I'm never wrong, then it's time to move on.
Yeah, dope.
That's fire. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like words, but like
I was just gonna say that. Like I don't want you to get it confused because I love a dope lyric. You know what I'm saying? Dope lyrics. So yeah, I'm always on board with that too.
Okay, but I'm gonna bring up the done. I want y'all to stick around. I want y'all to give y'all feedback on the did it the done poem. So I'm gonna bring it up. So I'm gonna drop y'all. So just stay tuned. Hey, we here. Poetry After Dark. So I'm gonna bring up a very special poet, and she go by the did it the done like the morning sun. Let me go ahead and get my applause ready. Coming to the stage, the did it done. She's in the building. What's going on?
That feels good. It's good, man. It's good. What you up to, man?
Hey, it's Saturday. Hey, man, I apologize for the other day.
No, it's all good. It was yesterday was bad anyway. Like I think you did it right on time. To be honest.
Look, I told myself, look, I'm gonna take like a 15-minute nap. Then I had 30 minutes to set up, but that 15 minutes, I woke up at 2:00. I'm like, oh no.
It happens, bro. It freaking happens, and you probably needed that sleep. God was like, "Hey, sleep. Don't get." That's probably what happened.
Look, I was snoozing. So, man, go ahead and give the people a little introduction about who's the Diddy Don.
Yeah. Shoot, I have been doing poetry for a minute now since I was in high school. But it's just like I said, I'm a love poet. So just bringing love back to poetry in all aspects of poetry. Yeah, I mean, just joining poetry life is probably one of the best things I ever did because I love just the environment of cultivating your craft, getting better at your craft, and it's really just a form of expression because that's what poetry is for me, just my form of expression, my form of happiness, my little safe haven.
Right.
So that's what poetry has been for me for years.
Okay. What got you into doing poetry?
I used to want to be a rapper, so I used to try to rap all the time. But then I just like the art of telling your story or telling a story. So I began to start channeling my pen from just like rapping to a beat to like telling a story. What do I want to start saying? What picture do I want to paint? And I like watching poets do that. So I wanted to mimic what they did, but add my own spin to it. So that's what made me get into poetry pretty much when I was younger.
Do you feel like rapping is easier than doing poetry?
Yeah, because you can hide behind a beat. You can hide behind the melody of the sound that's coming off of the beat. But when you're doing a poem and you take the beat away, now it's like I gotta hear what you're saying. And it better be something I can relate to, something that's good, something that's gonna capture me. Cause I mean I can listen to like a Rod Wave and things like that. And I actually like Rod Wave, but sometimes if he's not saying nothing, he can hide behind his melody or his singing and his rap. And you can get away with not saying anything for 3 minutes straight. So poetry is totally different. You got to really captivate people's minds, people's hearts and spirits.
But you know what though? I want to give a special shout out to my brother. Latron.
Yeah.
He produced Rod Wave.
Hey, no, bro. I
Shout
love
out to my bro like Treon. Shout out to him. Yeah, he every time he come in town, he be like, "Man, we got that #1 spot on the billboard. It's no Rod Wave." I'm like, "Okay, you doing your thing." And just to see his progress with him when he was first coming up and to where he's at now, I'm like, Rod Wave been doing his thing. So shout
I,
out to both of them.
I love Rod Wave, bro. Like
Look,
forever, that's my song. Oh my
look, whenever he come back in Dallas, like I might gotta set up like, look out, bro. No, bring him through, our poetry event
God,
and stuff like that. So
please.
look, I'm gonna have to do a special shout out to Lake Tron if you
Hey,
watch it. No,
let's
but
go.
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. You was in the tournament,
Yeah, I
and
was.
this is your first time being in a tournament. How did you feel?
I was so freaking nervous, bro. Like every time I think about it, my hands start sweating. My heart actually was pumping. Like, I mean, I went against some great poets. It
Mhm.
had me like shook for a long time. I mean, and then just making it to the last round was really, really just a good thing for me. I went further than I thought I would. And then, but it was hard. It was the probably the most challenging thing I've done in poetry. But yeah, I needed that. I needed
So
that.
how did you feel about coming up with new material just a week? You only had a week to come up with new, like each week you had to come up with something that you ain't never thought of. How was that?
Because I remember when you told me how the breakdown of it was going to be. And I'm cocky when I first got into it. I'm like, a week? That's more than enough time. Bro, that stuff was so hard because, like life is happening to you,
Right.
topic poem. So you got to like write to the topic, write to kind of like appeal to the judges and
Mhm.
then kind of step out your comfort zone inside of a week and then memorize it. Oh my God. Like my nerves were so bad that I was just like, man, I'm ready for the week to be over. But it like you said, bro, it's gonna challenge your pen game. Like
Mhm.
I thought that I thought I was a little bit better than that. I mean, this is still my first competition. So I'm not even just gonna like trash myself for that, but I thought that it would be easier. It was
Mhm.
not that easy, bro. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that right now.
Most definitely. Like I had fun with it though. Like to see y'all
Mhm.
come up and see your mind transform into like different categories, especially in the funny poem and stuff like that. Like your poem killed me. I have no money.
I have no money. Like
Like,
I'm
and
broke.
look, and I like that, that creativity.
Yeah.
Let me jump into another bag because that's what we was talking about earlier. Content over lyrical ability, or just being stepping outside the box and doing something different.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what y'all made us do the whole entire time though, because it was almost like playing chess a little bit. It was like, okay, I'm still gotta be myself, but I still have to appeal to the crowd. I have to play like I have to play my cards right, basically. And so it was very much like not like a game, but it was like something that you really had to like step outside your comfort zone, bro, the whole entire time. So it was really, really good.
All right, let's get into this poem that you get ready to spit for.
Okay.
for the people.
So everybody was kind of doing some new ones. So I did write this one. It was kind of I wrote this during the competition, but I did not get to submit this one because it was like I was like, I'm gonna try a different one.
Okay.
It's called The Girl Next Door.
Okay.
So
Well, let me go ahead and give you the flow for people, can hear and see exactly what you're talking about. No, we're gonna go ahead and give the Don the flow, shout out to the Diddy the Don.
this is like being back in a competition, y'all. I'm nervous again. Nah. So yeah, this is called The Girl Next Door. The tomboy grew up to be the girl of your dreams. Rough around the edges, but still moving graciously. Like I can grab a ball and go hoop with you, or I can speak to your soul spiritually, nurture you like your mama do. But I'm not your mother. I just have to remind you. But I'll still do everything that I can to show you that I love you. See, I understand. That is more than looks that attracts a man. See, just a simple touch of my hand will have you flying, and you wouldn't want to land. See, clouds couldn't get you this high. You get drunk in love just laying on my thigh, and then you wonder why I have this effect on you. And I didn't wear a high split dress one time. See, because I'm not your average girl on the radio. And I'm not built like a supermodel, but I've learned to love myself unconditionally because I am a queen. Yeah, see, I'm not the clothes I wear. I want my NDIRE. I'm just all woman all the time. That's all I can be. And see, I'm not the best cook either. Please, God, don't strike me. But I can feed you more than food, and that's why you really love me. See, Essence is my middle name. Sex is my true game. And then I'll write you a love poem too, serenading you with my wordplay. See, I am your foreplay. A physical manifestation of your best day. And then I'll be a nostalgia. I could take you back to your childhood where kids would play. See, that's the feeling that I give to you. And all that I ask in return is that you give that love too. I'll be your homie, your boo. We can make love right after we play 2K in the living room. See, trust me, I'll be nothing but a real woman to you. Making sure you come home to a clean house with the candles lit too. And then before bed, I'll read to you. But even though you can never make it past the first chapter without falling asleep, but it's all cool because I just want to make sure you're comfortable throughout the night through. See, doesn't that sound good to you? I never had to wear an open dress to reveal to you the type of woman that I am, the woman that's made for you.
Okay. Shout out to the Diddy the Dun, the Diddy the Dun. Hey, that was fire. I'm gonna bring up Finn the Human before he can give his insights on the poem. Finn, what you talk about the Diddy the Dun?
Hey,
Performance always stellar. Always.
don't do me like that, Finn. Thank you.
all the time. You make me step my game up on my performance, so I appreciate that.
Man, thank you. Thank you.
And then I love you spit about yourself too. I mean, I know in today's culture and in our society, women don't often talk about what they're offering to a man, and you gave up a lot of like this is more. You're not just getting a picture; you're getting me as a person, and I thought that was dope.
Man, thank you so much. I'm not.
Go ahead, Don.
No, I'm just saying it feels good coming from Finn because, like, really, I genuinely want to one day become like a lyricist like him. But I just like when they talked about when McFan talked about lyricist versus content. That's a really good question because I feel like I'm more content than lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Finn can do both, but there's people who got just their niches, and my niche is just content, man.
And I like the way that you tell a story, detail. Like even when you were talking about, I'll read to you. You in the bed, you won't get past the first chapter or two, and it's like, I like the detail in your poetry. Like you're painting a picture, and I can actually see, what's going on. I visualize it. So I love it.
Yeah, your words are vivid. Definitely vivid pictures in your mind. So yeah, that is very dope.
Man, y'all got me blushing. Y'all can't do that.
Hey, this is the done the did it done. Hey, you be coming with it though, for sure.
Oh, go. Let's go.
Like you be coming for a show, but I want to shout out exclusive. She wasn't able to be here tonight. She's feeling a little bit under the weather. But this is her baby, Poetry After Dark. But I'm gonna keep it strong for you. Exclusive, we here. Poetry Life in the building. We here. So you know what though? Since everybody get into some new shit,
shit.
I'm kind of nervous because I really haven't been doing this poem a lot. Finn, you heard it. And
hold up before you drop your new shit. I want to hear what Don thought about my new shit.
Okay, my bad. Excuse me.
Just which one was the new? Because you did a couple of poems. Which one was the new one? Because I want to make a comment on the right one.
The second one.
The snakes and
I probably was coming in and out on that one. To be honest, I feel bad, but I'm gonna tell y'all, all your stuff is so. I like your flow so much, man. The way you just be, it's almost. I mean, you kind of talk like when you talk like in real life, you kind of flow when you talking in real life. But I like how you flow in your poems, bro. That stuff and the way you like make the words hop is so crazy, so crazy.
That's being the human.
Sick.
Anything else wouldn't be him.
Hey, TK. She talking about blushing. You know what always makes me blush with the Dawn though?
What?
A lot of times she'll hear a poem or read something I wrote, and then she'll be like, "Oh yeah, that was fire." And then like 2-3 weeks later, she's like, "Oh, I just got this line that you were saying. Oh shit, that was off the chain." And I start laughing like.
No cap. First of all, I'm a little slow sometimes, but definitely, bro. When I'm just gonna say, man, where you make your words hop. The reason why I cannot recite it back because I gotta replay your stuff every time. Yeah. I gotta go Google and use my dictionary. So that's why I gotta come back and be like, oh, hey, oh man, I got it now. Like, yeah, literally.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring up one more person, to the stream.
Who we got? We
have Mr. Microphone. Oh no, it's tripping. Let me
see. I got my niece and nephew.
Okay. I was just typing it out too, but the first time I did that what was the piece I did? Beast piece.
Yeah.
When you caught those lines, bro, that's why I was like, I fuck with your mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like your mind immediately. That's why I was like, I need to connect with you because the same thing, the way you said that, how she caught your lines.
Mm-hmm.
When I spit afterwards, you was like able to tell me, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I am. Like, I listen, but low key, I can recite the poem. Like, not the whole poem, but some of the dope ass lines. Yeah, I hear those lines. I caught them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love dope ass lines. Like, so when we talking about the balance, I'm a lyricist at heart. So lyrics get me. You know what I'm saying? But like concepts is just almost like the, you know what I'm saying? The sparkle, that's the flair. So I know dope poets that can do, great performance, but I cannot write you. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot write a motherfucker. Like, but the Dawn, you dope. You dope. I don't think I don't know how long you've been doing this, but I can tell you something for sure for somebody who, like, I've heard a lot. I share stage with like famous poets, whatever. You don't give yourself enough credit. You way doper than you think. Like, trust and believe you nice.
Thank
trust
you.
and believe you nice. You got a lane and just don't go outside. Just stick to it, but then grow, of course.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But your lane is you beat the shit out of that. Like you don't.
Thank you.
I told her she has $1 million poem.
He keep telling me that, and
can we hear that one, Don? I've heard it, Don. I've heard it.
I got it in my notes right here. Hold on.
He played it in the car for me one time when I was in Dallas. I was like, he ain't do this in the competition.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know why she didn't do that in the competition.
I was like, man, that would have put it to another level.
Oh my goodness.
Now I gotta hear it.
Okay. I got it real quick. Let me see if I can search because it's in my notes.
Just let me know whenever you got it because it's straight fire.
Oh, it was dope.
So I mean, let me go ahead and do this poem. that I wrote while done finding hers, and we're gonna get to it. And this is some new shit, so I'm gonna fumble and stumble over this, but just be patient. It's in the process. So I'm going ahead and give myself the stage. I really don't like giving myself the stage, but like to
None
share it
of us
with my
like.
people. It put the spotlight on you. So let me go ahead. Let's see. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right, all right, all right, all right, let's go. What is my purpose in life? Shit, I don't know. I've been trying to figure that shit out. But at one point, I was a violent person, quick to go off like a pass through light bill. I just black out. Violence and street shit is all I knew, like two plus two. Then I grew, start going to church, start praising the Lord for getting me through. And when I look up to the sky, I be waiting for God to say something like He did in the Bible days. Because I have questions I have to ask, like, if we was your chosen people, why in the hell you let us become slaves? And why did our family was torn apart? Why was our rights stripped away? But you paid away. But to be honest, I should have been dead in broad day shootouts with no regards for my safety, like a full out blitz. You know how many times my life was at risk? It just made me sick. This thing about just being in the streets was a way of life. And I didn't realize that's why all the demons I had to fight. But I stayed watching my rivals through a scope that attached to my rifle. And I was told to keep my friend close and my enemy closer. But what if the enemy is the enemy? I'm praying to the wrong entity. What a loss of energy. See, I asked the question to give an answer, and I got charged twice. In my mind, I'm thinking, isn't that double jeopardy? Then they told me Jesus was a light. And I realized that was bullshit because I found out Jesus wasn't even white. See, they forced us to believe that if heaven's the ultimate goal and they told us to believe in a white Jesus and that was a lie, the foundation was wrong. So heaven, how can we achieve that? And I know what y'all thinking. That's blasphemy. But I'd rather put more trust in my partner that had my back that will blaspheme. What kind of referee is good and evil? In this world, there's never equal, like judging people. We became prey like rats to eagles. We became reruns of episodes, just repeating sequel. See, Street Light took me fast and had me locked down 23-1, doing push-ups until I saw the sun. Then my life had changed. I got married and had a son. But wait, 2 years later, the DNA test proved that my son was my son. Wasn't my son. But you know how badly I wanted to pick up a gun? But I guess it was my fault because I wasn't the best husband. And Carmen was a bitch, like she chose her side like a best friend snapping her fingers. My life felt like Jerry Springer's. But that opened my eyes and I filed a divorce and I vowed to never get married because of the hurt. But life is funny like a pit bull in a skirt because I'm married now. And so I had to believe in the Most High because I took a leap of faith and landed on both feet. And I told myself that I won't take defeat. So I pushed towards my dreams and my ambition. I started Poetry Life and I stood in my position. Who knew that I came from whipping pots in the kitchen? So I found my purpose, understood my purpose, and realized my purpose is my purpose. I'm only stretching the surface. So when they close the curtains, I know I fulfill my purpose. Let me unmute everybody. It's kind of hard doing it when you speaking.
That was ridiculous, bro.
Yes, sir.
That was deep.
My fault, done that.
Yeah, that was deep, bro.
Appreciate it. I mean, I just wrote that, man. I'm still waiting on trying to get the cadence and the flow down, but that's some new shit. You know what I'm saying?
New shit.
Fresh off the press.
Look, it's called purpose. Man, I had a lot of stuff that in that, but like I said, I really wasn't intending to write this poem at all. This is when I wrote. When I say my purpose, I was thinking about something totally different. But when I started writing, this what I had.
You know what though? I think like the Dawn. This I don't know if it's the same way on y'all screen it is on mine, but y'all at the top and then me and the human at the bottom.
Yeah,
but I like the separation because y'all both pour yourself into these words, and that's something that's different from what me and him are. We're here. We're cerebral. You know what I'm saying? So we write from a different place. Y'all write from here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And dog, that piece was dope. That was a dope ass poem.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a good thinker. I can I can come up with some funny lines, some clever shit. And even when I write a part of me, like when I'm really writing something like out of my heart, it's still from here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think even when y'all write the poems that we write, like the clever poems or the punchliney, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it's still from here.
Yeah.
It's still from your heart. It's but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope though, bro. I love that poem.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
that was a good way to break that down. Yeah, I definitely see that. So,
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely emotional. I'm an emotional writer for sure.
so
Heightened
okay,
in it.
emotional
Look,
right now.
my
Uh-huh.
God said, no regard for my safety, like a full out blitz.
See,
Like,
I know a little bit about football. I know a little bit. I don't know that much.
Nah, it was the safety and blitz part. Like the
Yeah.
yeah.
safe, yeah, it was that was whatever. But I still want to hear you, Don.
Oh,
I want
okay.
to hear your $1 million point. I promise I'll do one after that.
Hit
Whatever
it.
you want to remind me of, I'm coming.
Try
But
to do it like he did it, bro. Because I do not rehearse this poem at all. Like I be throwing this away, but TK do not want me to throw it away.
Hey, oh, what? Throw it away. Are you good? You cool?
I just, bro, I don't know. This is when I was totally emotional. Dang, they're crying. Man,
those be somebody said, damn. I forgot exactly how. I know who said it. It was K-Love. She said, when the world break my heart in pieces, that produced some of my hardest pieces.
Hmm.
And so for like, bro, you definitely need to hear K-Love. Like she's a monster. She write like punchliney,
Mhm.
but it's all she's one of y'all, like, but she's a punchliner.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
But she write from the heart. Either way though, she's a great mix of both and a phenomenal performer. But I listen to her a lot to like remind me of what, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you, like stay in your lane,
Yeah.
but at the same time grow.
Mhm.
Don't stay there forever. Do others, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that is for me. It teaches me to stay in my lane, but at the same time reach out and do other, do other shit. But
Basically, that just may make your lane wider.
Yeah.
exactly, yep, grow my lane.
For sure.
Exactly.
For
Look,
sure.
we're
I'm a,
gonna go ahead and give you the flow, the done, so
all
we
right.
can hear this $1 million poem. Yeah.
I'm just like, okay. So the one that TK likes is called The Child.
I
Okay.
like it too.
Yeah, and Finn, my guy Finn, he likes it too. And then I'm playing Eric too. Okay. I feel like a child who can't get what she wants. I'm so emotional without you, almost a wreck. So I try to keep my head from slumping down as I walk around this fucked up town, and I struggle to keep my eyes from off of the ground. I don't want to look around and not see you there, so I keep my head down. I feel like a child. The lost kind, though. The one who doesn't know her daddy because the mom was real toxic, so he leaves and never comes back, leaving behind a daughter, wondering why he did that. But in this scenario, in real life, I'm the mom and you're the dad, and that little girl left behind, well, she's the purity that I once had. Left behind in the dirt because I wasn't good enough for you, so you left before it got too bad, and now I'm mad because you don't need me. Why did you leave me? I could have found a way to make it easy, but you didn't give me a chance. You were gone faster than the wind, and before I could glance, there was nothing left in the closet but some old pants and a shirt on a hanger that you don't wear. You left nothing there but the scent of paint on walls and a string of your hair. I just can't feel you anymore. You left me bare. And that's cruel and unusual punishment. Not to mention you blocked me on everything. Feels like some sort of banishment. I can't stand this shit, man. I could have sworn I was innocent. To me, I did nothing wrong. I don't deserve this kind of embarrassment. Leaving me with no explanation has got to be the worst incident.
Gave me goosebumps.
Oh, oh my gosh, guys.
Straight fire. But hold up. Everybody mute up for a second. Let me see if I can get this right. Everybody mute up for a second.
What are you doing? Me neither.
Too much silence, TK.
Yeah, that's facts. I'm I don't know what to do.
Fire. Straight.
Only you could hear it, TK. None of us could hear it. Anything. It's been quiet for 3 minutes.
For
Man.
sure. I started daydreaming. I ain't gonna cap. Forgot I was on live.
It was complete dead silence for like 3 minutes.
Dang.
Bro.
Had us over here looking crazy.
Why y'all don't say nothing?
Because you muted our mics.
You told us to shut up.
You said be
I
quiet.
was listening to you.
Look, I heard it loud and clear. Look. I'm still trying to figure this out. Sorry, my apologies, for the 3 minutes of silence. But if y'all would have heard it, if it played back on the audio on the playback, hey, just listen to it. Like, it was straight fire. I'm sorry, my apologies though. I thought it was playing.
I wonder why we're sitting here. I was trying to thumb wrestle and everything.
I gotta look back on what I was actually doing.
But I mean, y'all heard her live. So what did y'all think about the poem?
Ridiculous.
$1
million poem is what you called it.
Mm-hmm. That's $1 million poem.
So my actual critique with that, because I do have critique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Learn that poem, love that poem, know that poem so well that you hate to spit it because you done said it 1,000,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen to that poem 1,000,000 times, and it's $1 million poem. Because as far as the poem itself, like what that concept is, like what you wrote, girl, girl, I got
yeah.
That's
nice.
That's
nice.
And you know what's so crazy? It's not the lyrical content or the concept.
It's the emotion.
It's neither one on that poem. For that poem, it's just the heartfelt journey that you take us. Like, I feel what you felt. I see what you saw.
Exactly.
I'm with you the whole time. And not everybody can pull those strings. Like my girl, the one who brought me the poetry, she pull the shit out some heartstrings.
Yeah.
I only have one poem that I can pull heartstrings with, and I don't do it because it's personal to me. But that poem, I feel how you felt. I was like, man, fuck that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for real. Like, that's one of those pieces. Like, you did that. You wrote that. You wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wrote that. It didn't have to be clever. It didn't have to be funny. It didn't have to be none. You wrote that.
Thank you.
You wrote that
so much. Yeah.
So if you learn that poem and you can get up and present it with a straight face,
I can definitely.
It ain't gonna be no hard hearts in the night. Like if you did it on an open mic or on a slam night, everybody heart to be soft. By the time you finish, they'll all feel like they'll be ready to cuss their ex out.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna remember that one because it's not actually hard to remember. It's actually not that long, and I'm gonna definitely do it at an open mic. So we're gonna get that on video for y'all like that. I'm gonna do that.
So
Yeah, you did that though. That's
Yeah,
a
thank
really
you.
well written poem.
Thank you.
like,
Thank you.
I heard the recorded version, and I just saw you do it live, and both
Mm.
times I got goosebumps. So
Mhm.
uh, the recorded version, obviously, I mean, you could just hear it, like
Mhm.
I mean, you could hear it, and then like I was there with you. I was feeling the same emotions that you were conveying. I mean, I was empathetically with you. Like,
Mm.
even though it's not possible for me to have gone through it, I'm there with you in that moment. And yeah, your live performance, man. If you get that down, and yeah, that would goosebumps the whole crowd, most definitely.
I'm telling you, that she would have
That's
did
what I
that
want.
poem in the tournament.
I
Oh,
didn't think about it at all. The fact that when you brought that up, I literally forgot that poem. And I don't forget poems. For some reason, I forgot that one. And
I'm
I'm like,
glad you did.
look, you would have beat Phineas if you would have saved that for the last round. You would have beat Phineas.
oh,
Like,
Remember, TK,
oh,
remember when I was when we was talking about what was me and like poetry and all that other shit.
Mhm.
I lost to somebody. I mean, I beat somebody that I knew I lost to.
Mhm.
What he had was what she just did. He
Mhm.
had a poem that just took you on the like when I heard his piece, I was like, damn, I can't beat that because I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Like he took you on a journey, and the only one I got like that is a poem I can't do for points. It's too
Right.
personal.
Right.
I refuse. But
yeah,
like what she just did, she just took me on that. Man, yeah, that's one of those like you remember it like it happened to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
On
Like
God.
you'll be thinking about like, damn dog, man, that nigga did, man, fuck him. Like, yeah, that's one of those. You did that well.
The did done, the
Thank
done,
you, man.
like the morning sun.
Hey,
You know.
you already
But
know.
So,
go ahead. Shout out to YouTube. Tell them where to follow you at.
Yeah, for sure. So the brand is Awakening 222. So that's my YouTube channel. The platform is Awakening 222. You're gonna find all my content on there. I do a lot of reaction videos on music. My live poetry is on there as well. And yeah, you're gonna see a lot of different stuff, but that's mostly where I be at.
all right, so Don, I promise you I was gonna do a piece if that's okay with TK.
Yeah,
Please,
go ahead.
I
Go
want to hear
ahead.
you.
Poetry
I
after
promise I
dark.
was gonna do a piece, and I was hoping whatever you did was gonna give me a direction to go, but it didn't because I don't got no
Ah,
poem like that. So
what
without
do
doing the one that's gonna make me cry about my homegirl, I'm not gonna do that one. So I'll do a relationship poem. So
For sure.
you pick in like or know you. I'm just gonna give you a name. You pick one, and I'll do whatever one.
Know you.
Okay. So what do I have to do to get to know you? I know many men claim to be the right one for you, but how do I get a chance to show you why? I know I don't know you well enough to say that I really like you, but I would really like to. So can I learn your likes, dislikes, things that entice and excite you? I want to know you better than you know you, so I can teach you things about you. And I'm not trying to gain your trust just to fuck or find out what that mouth do. Nah, I really want to get to know you. I want to know you. I want to know you like AEIO and sometimes why. I don't know. Sometimes guys tell dumbass lies. People try to disguise their designs to divide your thighs and slide inside, but I'm looking forward to meeting. While other guys busy trying to put their meat in you, treating you like their Facebook page, they want to jump on site and put their log in. I'm looking for somebody worth putting my all in, like my laundry. Your secrets lay it on me. I never air your dirty laundry. I ain't built like that. That's too much like gossiping. Where I'm from, motherfuckers get killed like that. Blood get spilt like that. But you never got to deal with that because I'm too real for that. So can I get your name and area code? I don't even need all 7 digits if you're not ready to give it. I use my unlimited mobile-to-mobile minutes to call every phone number combination and creation until you answer. Not like that's what I want to do, but that's what I'm willing to go through to get to know you. I just want to talk. Are you want to share your thoughts and memories? I'm dining in your history, and eventually I'm gonna make myself part of your future. Your presence presents class, and I don't really fuck with Ferris Bueller's. You got me excited. I'm excited. You make my heart horny. You give me a heart on. An affection, erection. I'm emotionally aroused. At the same time, I can't lie. I do kind of want to open your thighs and taste the place where you're coming from. But my thoughts right now are far from penetration. I just know that good sex becomes great sex when it's attached to great conversation, mental stimulation. And since I'm trying to build my future, I need to start with great foundation. So I don't mind waiting. Just don't start mistaking my interest in your sweetness for weakness. I'm just more interested in pleasing my genius than I am in pleasing my penis. So sex is dime a dozen. And real women are one in a million. And I got a feeling that you might be worth the wait. Because I know a good woman is worth her weight in gold. That playing shit gets old. Those long nights turn cold and lonely. I'm looking for somebody worth being my one and only. And I'm not here on live trying to propose holy matrimony. I just want you to get to know me. Let me get to know you. We can get to know each other. And I'm not the type of brother with like 6 baby mothers trying to get every female on the covers, like detectives, reckless and scandalous shit. I got no interest in every random chick. I'm searching for a worthwhile companionship. At the first sign of trouble, I ain't the man to abandon ship. I'll hold your hand and remind you that together we can handle it. I bring light to the darkest nights of your life like a candlestick, and although I got options, only a fool who wastes his life window shopping. I know what I want, and I'm going after it. My heart could be your slave if you capture it, and I never fuck you over. I practice abstinence. All I'm asking is for a chance to get to know everything between your hair follicles and the tips of your toes, and I suppose if you got some time tomorrow, we can catch a quiet corner for some coffee and conversation. Until then, I'm patiently waiting, anticipating the chance to finally get to know you. That's that poem.
Fire.
No, let's go.
Fire.
Let's go. Bro.
That
He
was
said
fire.
heart on. A heart on. An
Yeah.
direction. Done. Drop the mic.
Like he has that
Drop
Lil
the mic.
Wayne flow that you'll say something, but you'll take it an extra far. Like we said, open the legs to see where you're coming from. Like fire.
Wait.
Like,
Fan. My bad. That just reminded me. So did you catch the lines at the beginning of my last poem? I'm gonna tell them again. So it was like I was so proud of that shit. I said, not by my strength, but by God's power points to his word that gives me access to excel. Great outlet as well. PowerPoint access to excel outlet.
Yeah, I like that scheme.
Yeah, I didn't know if you caught that. I just my fault. But yeah, I appreciate it. I really like that poem because that's one of the few that I wrote from like my truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can tell for sure on that one.
That was the truth to me. Like
Beautiful.
It wasn't even a person that I wanted to get to know. It was the fact that I wanted to get to know somebody in order to have what TK got. You see me, TK. That's why I loved on you for loving on your queen. Because I love that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to have that, but I can't do it unless I really, you know what I'm saying? We embrace each other. We get naked with each other, like that type of shit.
Oh, Don, you taking notes on this? This is going to be in tomorrow's Real Talk conversation. Do you see what that man did? You said that man just submitted his resume for what he wants in a relationship. That's what you.
I agree with you.
Ooh, Don, are you ready for tomorrow? It's going down.
Yeah, you know, our poetry real talk. Microphone McFan, you are more welcome to join the conversation tomorrow. You know, it's starting at 7:30. But you know, we be talking about that ish, you know what I mean? So you know, hey.
So wait, y'all ain't know though. Remember when you called me up last time?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I feel like I kind of fit like a piece of a puzzle. I just fit right in.
Right.
The reason is though, I used to do I used to do a podcast. Before podcasts became popular and they popped, I used to do a live with my people, and that's my thing. Like I fuck with that as much as I fuck with poetry. I definitely come. I get off of work at 6 tomorrow. I work on Sunday. I get off at 6.
Okay. So we we're going live at 7:30. 7:30. So you know,
I got to get off my chest. I just got done today.
That stuff hurt. Man. feel you.
It's good for you. It builds character.
Right.
You know what? It don't hurt. It don't hurt. After a while, it I ain't gonna say becomes expected. It's more of a disappointment. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just waiting for somebody not to disappoint me.
Right.
But I can tell you this though. This is honest. Like honest to God truth. You got your man in your hands. Honest to God truth. You write poetry.
Oh.
Write him in your life. If you write it and recite it, it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna cap. You're right.
If you write it and recite it, it comes to you.
Okay. I'm about to write a poem. I'm writing
but hold on, Don. You can't be capping in it though. It's got to be real life. You gotta live.
And I'm gonna challenge you to this though, Don. Because you write from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to leave all of the hurt away. I don't want you to write about what you don't want and what happened wrong or whatever. I want you to write about what's right. I want you to write about him being the right one, not the wrong one. No, I don't want no references to wrong shit.
Okay.
Give me that poem. Give me that poem.
She already did. She did that with that one earlier. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
Well, that was what I'm giving to him.
Yeah,
what I offered to him. But he's saying what I want.
But again, what you offering is going to attract the qualities that you want. So if you're telling people this is what I'm offering, and then also say this is what I want, that's where it all comes together. So yeah, definitely on the right path. And then also write about the negative shit too, because everybody needs to hear it. Everybody goes through a bad day and needs to relate to have a good cry or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, we all got a fuck you poem. We all got some of those. But the Don, what I'm challenging you to write, like seriously, and remember, is like my king is in my life. Like, what is your life like with him in there? Like, what is he to you? What are y'all together?
Mm-hmm.
Like, write all positive.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear that.
Like Don, when he comes home from work, are you gonna untie his shoes for him? Like, are we on that level? Like, is that where we're at? Like,
bro, you in the shoes, man. You gotta do better.
But I mean, what even makes him the one though?
Bro, you did. I don't even know if you caught that live we had did, bro. We was talking about he broke down the Cater to You poem, bro. That was so fucking funny. Bro, he was like, he untying your shoes, bro. Like, it was a big thing, man.
Look, he didn't like
yeah, I would though, Finn. I would if his feet was hurting.
And see, that's all men really want. That's all the man really wants.
He's being sarcastic because he basically said that's not what men want.
No, that's what
lying,
men.
You being sarcastic, bro. Oh my god.
Nah, he lying. He just wanted what men want us to know that you will.
Loyalty. Men want loyalty. That's what men want.
No, we don't. We want loyalty only for us. Like if you loyal to everybody, if you do it for everybody,
that's not loyalty. That's not loyalty.
That's not loyalty.
That's not loyalty. That's why I said men want loyalty. What I mean by loyalty is if I say I'm a man and I want loyalty, that means I want loyalty to me. If you're giving your access to yourself to everybody, then that's not loyalty to me. That's you being accessible to everybody.
No, okay. Let me rephrase it. Finn, what I'm saying is, I had an ex that was a loyal woman to whoever she was with at the time. Right?
Oh, that don't. But see that. Okay, again,
exactly.
It's not loyalty. It's not loyalty if she's moving on. Like loyalty doesn't transfer. It's not a transferable thing. It's not something you take with you to your next relationship. A woman can't come to me and tell me how loyal she was to the man before me like it means something to me. It doesn't mean shit to me. That means zero. That holds no credibility to me. If you're not loyal to me, what you've done in the past means nothing to me in the future.
Actually, you know what?
No, hold on. We're gonna have to have that conversation for tomorrow.
I just want to say this one thing though. You're right. That's a conversation for tomorrow. But if you're loyal to me, I still look at who you were loyal to with before me and how much loyalty you gave to them. So if you get this nigga 100% of loyalty and you give me 80% of loyalty, that 80% don't mean shit because you gave more loyalty to somebody else prior to me. And that's what I'm talking about. Even if you give me 80, which most women only give 50, That 80 is great, but that don't mean that ain't shit compared to this 100.
Yeah. Now, if you gave that nigga 25% loyalty and you gave me 80, I'm like, okay, shit, fuck it. I'm winning.
Don, don't listen to these two. These two spitting some bullshit.
I got you.
Hold on.
I still want to hear that poem though, Don.
Listen.
I did do the poem. Oh, you the one you
I'm saying, no, I want you to write it. I want you to write it.
I'm gonna work on something, bro. I'm gonna cook something up for sure. And I'm
I
gonna
know
make
somebody who did that. She wrote and manifested her husband in a poem. And she said it. She said, I'm gonna write my husband into a poem. And she did it. Like literally told me this one day. She came out here, she was like, I'm gonna write my husband. So her poem was about all of the men that was surrounding her, and how she had great men around her that all wanted to love on her, and how her king was like separated from the rest of them. He made himself separate. This is what she wrote.
Soul separate. Okay, for sure.
I can find you the poem. I know who it is. But she wrote that shit and it happened. And now they just celebrated their 2-year anniversary.
I'm gonna cook it up. I'm gonna cook it up. I got you.
But hey, I'm gonna give y'all a poem that I wrote for my wife. Now this was a poem that when me and her first got together that I wrote to her. So I'm gonna give it to y'all. Look, I need to memorize this. I don't know why I don't memorize this poem.
You need to memorize your
right. But here we go. I can tell you a whole bunch of lies. Like I can look in your eyes and tell you how you got me mesmerized, or it's about your smile, not what's between your thighs. But what I can say, Tasha, is I want to be your hero. Your Superman to your Lois Lane, your Spider-Man to your Mary J. I just want to be there to make you safe. Just listen while I plead my case. See, since the first time I laid my eyes on you, I instantly knew that God had sent me an angel. So I try to approach you with a different type of angle. For example, I want to be the man that you need. So with me, you won't have to gamble. You say your heart is a mess. Well, let me unscramble and show you every picture is not pretty, but it can still be a masterpiece. Now picture us, you and I. See, that's a masterpiece. You can show me love still do exist. And how I know that is you stole my heart with a kiss. But now I realize love without pain is like sunshine without the rain. Without you, it's like a picture without the frame. See, let me explain. It's like, have you ever went out in the cold and you didn't have a coat to keep you warm? Or it's like you didn't even prepare for the storm. See, ain't that kind of out of the norm? See, I want to be the jacket when you cold, that story that's untold. Your heart, I want to hold and cherish and never let go. See, I want to see you glow. I want us to grow. I just want you to know, with you by my side, I can finally be complete. I can finally have something that's concrete, feeling love at its ultimate peak. But pain and hurt, see, I want to cure that. Your intentions, I want to see that. My energy, I want you to feel that. My heart, I want you to touch that. You gave me a new day like a sunrise, and you gave me a new day like a sunrise, and staring into your eyes left me mesmerized. See, you the greatest gift that was ever given to me. See, teach us my feelings. See how I can open up my heart to you, but my mind is telling me to hold on. It doesn't know you, but my heart is saying she is someone you can lean on. You can keep you're safe as long as you can show her that you don't mean wrong. When right will always lead you home, and just to let you know that she's never alone, and that you'll be by her side through the thick and thin. And you never lose because y'all destined to win. So I give you my heart because I know you will keep it safe, and in your heart, in my hands, is no safer place.
Right on.
But see, I wrote that like the first second week, 2 weeks, whatever. And
you know,
what's crazy?
No, you know,
a lot of women need to write a poem about them. And I always be like, nah, Kenfo, you don't want this poem. Because I've never written a good poem about anybody that I actually, like the good poems I wrote was about people that I wanted in my life. Like I wrote my vows when I was like a kid, before I ain't never married. So I wrote what my vows would be. Like, but every time I write a poem about somebody, it's too real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk real, like good and bad. And so like I can't write a poem about people because it's gonna so that's dope to write a poem from a love place. I've never done that.
Look, that's the only love poem that I wrote. My other love poem I have is "Fuck Love" and everybody that say
I can't write a love poem either. I wrote a get to know you poem, which y'all just heard, and I wrote an in like poem. That's the closest I got to love. Like I can't do it. But when I find it, I want to write that poem.
TK, what was dope about that poem though is how you started off saying, I don't want to sell you dreams, I don't want to tell you just these pretty things, I don't want to tell you that I'm mesmerized by you or whatever. But then you bring that back around at the end of the poem after you said what you had to say and then say it to where it's actually meaningful. So It's not you just talking shit, but it's you bringing it like if that is true, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it, man. I need to memorize that and get that into one of my repertoire, so I can get some extra points when she with me, and I can say it on stage. You can do a little extra after we get home. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna love that. I'm up there. That's gonna set the whole crowd on fire. It feels good. It's a good poem.
Look. But you know what? This is one.
I can't write shit like that because it always sounds corny to me after I write it. Even if it's fucking accurate, true as shit, it sounds corny in my head. And I'm like, I'm not saying this shit. This is corny.
But look, that was the first time I wrote a poem like that. Like I was trying to figure out, but like I said, I just let it flow, and like she's an amazing woman, so it wasn't that hard, to write about, So I just wrote my feelings, how I feel, and how she made me feel. So it's like it just came natural.
Mm-hmm.
But I had one more poem before we leave, and I wanted y'all to give me y'all personal thing about this. It's mental. It's called mental abuse.
No. Give me like 3 seconds. Let me go fill my cup up.
Okay.
Drake waiting on me in the room. Give me a second, man.
But until then, man, shout out Portrait Life. Portrait Life is in the building. Shout out to the Don, the Finn, Exclusive, Nikki Royale, Justice, Eric Curry, my baby, beautifully Nana, Exclusive. Shout out to everybody that's a part of the team. Hey, we come with some lightning and thunder, so stay tuned. And also we have event that I always throw once a year, my birthday event, and Adon, I talked to your dad. I don't know if your dad told you about you, but like, if I would be honored if we can share our birthday together, something, and and make it do what it do.
Yeah, he told me, and I'm down, man. I never did that before, so I'm down. I'm ready.
Because your birthday is like about a week before mine. So, let's throw something together and give these people what they want, what they've been looking for.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. That's crazy. I'm going to be 7, even though I don't look like it.
Yeah. The week, born a week apart, different years in the same month. That's why y'all write so emotionally.
I write from the heart. I'm a love poet, man. I told y'all this. I'm an emotional being.
I wish I could be a love poet,
But a lot of my poems are heartbreak poems, though. Like I say, I'm a love poet. I started to talk about actual love. Like I've been talking about heartbreak forever. It's crazy. That's the easiest thing to talk about. But like you said, it's hard.
It's emotional because you already heartbreaking, and like, man, you already got all these thoughts in your head. Like, man, fuck this. Let me go ahead and get this out of my head. So it's a little bit easier.
I got too many. It's for y'all not to hear. Y'all can hear my heartbreak poems for real. Not a joke.
Look, sometimes
y'all heard one. The child one is definitely a heartbreak poem, bro.
But that was fire. That was fire.
Let's hear about damage.
You said what?
Let's hear about this emotional damage. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's get into some emotional damage shit. You know what I'm saying? I call this mental abuse.
I actually like this poem, just by the way. This is really good. I remember this one.
I say I'd rather be a victim of domestic violence before I go through mental abuse. They say words don't hurt. Well, that shit not true. The way my heart and soul feel, how I've been lied to, fake loved, and slide through, is even crazy when the enemy's sleeping beside you. See, I don't like this phrase. Oh, you took it the wrong way, or that wasn't what I was intended to. See, I should have seen that coming from miles away. If I focus on my driving, hands on the steering wheel like 10 to 2. Too many people live in my head. I have tenders too. See, I should have left that relationship like 1:50 a.m. In other words, 10 to 2. But I'm here to talk about mental abuse, and that's what I'm intended to do. To show you, just because it's not physically, Doesn't mean it don't affect us mentally. Even weighed on me spiritually. Had me question myself like, is this the way it's supposed to be? What is loving someone properly? Is love supposed to feel like poverty? Possibly is how I see it. Mental abuse is what I've been subject to ever since my younger days. Now I know why white people control the strongest slaves. Enslaved. That's how I feel. Doomed before the womb, been talked down like I wasn't even in the room. Conversation about my demise, like here's the tomb. And just like I had to fight physically, I had to do the same way mentally. Not letting people get the best of me. Like, here, try this. Wow, this is really good. What are you putting this? Well, I can't tell you because it's my own recipe. And that's how I should shield my mental. But I wish it was that simple. I need higher and higher guard to protect my temple. Instrumental is it's instrumental that I stay strong now, allow anyone to gain access to my sanctuary. To be honest, you're brave if you in the end, because that place is very scary. To survive, you need 100 Bloody Marys, a Virgin Mary, a blood from an enchanted fairy, a bite from an evergreen huckleberry. See, I'm just trying to paint y'all a picture of my mind like a visionary. See, mental abuse is what I gave life to. And sometimes that's worse than taking one. Who need a gun where words can do more damage? See, they took advantage because I allowed them to, but not no more, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. See, I'm in control. I'm the diamond out of the cold. I call bullshit when lies were told. I see everything clear like an open road. See, I just want my abusers to know that I survived because I'm still alive. I am alive.
Bro, every time.
I got feedback on that poem, bro. So did you call that a heartbreak poem?
No, it's mental abuse.
Mental abuse.
Oh, mental abuse. I'm like, no, bro. That's a my life poem. That's a you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but okay, mental abuse. Because you started with that. You said I'd rather take mental abuse than physical abuse. But yeah, that's a almost a survivor poem. But yeah, that's a beast. I like it. It's just I just thought you categorized it wrong, but yeah,
that was me saying let's get into this emotional damage.
But you know that's where it came from. Because when I came back, that's what you were saying, and so I was thinking like it was gonna be a heartbreak poem, but nah, that motherfucker nasty, bro.
For sure.
To survive, you're gonna need 100 Bloody Marys, a Virgin Mary, blood from an enchanted fairy.
So TK, remember when I said my screen was split and y'all was at the top and we was at the bottom, and me and him wordsmith and y'all like right from the heart. So we got kind of two different things. What you just did though, I've done that a million times in like poetry, like to where I'll be like you're gonna need this. It's a lyrical thing. That's very lyrical. What you just did. I heard that and I caught it. Then I would have forgot to tell you until you just. But bro, that's a nasty.
I'm just trying to paint y'all a picture of my mind like a visionary.
Yeah, that's like when you can list shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a real lyrical thing to do. When you can list like certain things, like bam, 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 bam. That's a real lyrical trait. Like for somebody that writes from the heart, that's a real lyrical trait, bro.
How's that line go that I like, TK? Is what you said? I'm not trying to be right. I'd rather get left.
That was from that other one. That one's. Hold on. Let me see. What's Let me see. Let me run through that one. That one's short. That's not that. Well, I didn't even finish it. I'm gonna give y'all some unfinished stuff, but just to, what Finn, what he like. I said I thought I found a love in a woman that didn't love herself. So the love I found wasn't love at all, but a fake.
Wait. Stop. I'm sorry. Damn. That was nasty. Start again. That was nasty. I love that first line.
I thought I found love in a woman that didn't love herself. So the love I found wasn't love at all, but a fake facade. And I only can blame myself. See, I seen the signs, but I acted blind, thinking if I look away, reality wouldn't be so noticeable. It's more comical that I made a fool of myself by giving her the job without even checking her resume. Neither to say that I gave her the ultimate position before I knew she was toxic. See, I slowly watched the love of my life turn to the death of my heart. It was me giving you more as I lost your respect, which I never had. You were just glad I could provide you with things you never had. A floor mat is how I felt. been stepped on only because I gave you a way to. Now I got to step two because I realized I was losing myself in a fantasy, a false reality, a parallel universe where I thought that we can be happy, but that's not what we have. It's you versus me versus you. Oh shit, let the bullshit begin. But that's not what I wanted or needed. I wanted love, not war, peace, not fear, joy, not pain. I want a woman that's gonna love me the same, nothing to gain, but a man that give you the stars and the moon and galaxy if he could. But all I have to give you is my heart, which you torn apart. You threw it on the ground to make concrete art, and you say if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Well, fuck that. I'd rather be left. Just a past memory. I had to cut the jazz like Hillary. I told her it was lit. She cried a tear, and I broke it down like Bruce Lee. And she asked me, what does that mean? I said, literally, and I meant that literally.
Yeah, you're a monster, bro. You know what?
Crazy.
Look, before you said that, this last bar, I said, I told her it was lit. She cried a tear, and I broke it down like Bruce Lee. And she asked me, what does that mean? I said, literally, and I meant that.
I meant that literally. You know what though, TK? I'm gonna say this. I heard that in the last poem. I'm gonna say it again in this poem now. I personally, I'm a writer, and I listen to Finn, and so like I'm a writer, and I fuck with writers.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, what you do and what I do are two different lanes. But I love your lane. I appreciate and respect the shit out of it. But I didn't think you were in my lane. Like, you're a writer, though.
Yeah,
You're a writer. Like, you are a writer. You in my lane like a motherfucker. You are a writer. You're just different, but you're a writer. And when you say you different and shit, I wish you could have been where I came from. But kind of not. Because you already got a big-ass head. You already can see you don't need to hear that shit no more. But like for example though, that first line, I had this that took me back home, quote unquote, where somebody would say some dope shit and nigga stop you in the middle of your piece like, dog, shut up, start that over. I don't care what nobody else say. I'm a dope enough, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm an OG enough where I can make that call because the crowd could call you out and rewind you. Yeah. But sometimes a poet would be like, stop. Like, stop. Like, Finn would do that a lot because he's dope enough to be able to make that call. You get what I'm saying? And he's here enough to hear those lines to be like, dog, y'all missed that. Stop. Run that back. But I had to run that back. Like my homegirl, Dia said, this is how she started the poem. She said, this for those niggas that do everything to get you on your back. And nothing to put you on your feet. And they stopped and clapped, and the crowd went crazy because that's the energy I come from, right?
Right.
If you were there, you would be a different poet because you have those lines, but you never even pause for the people to catch it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you started off like, oh, that first line, I was like, God damn. But you just kept going. Like, you ain't even pause for it to sink in. But you got those
I'm gonna tell you about TK, man. When TK start getting that down, when he start memorizing to perform it, his performance is off the chain. So he gets it.
Yeah.
That's just
I never
something new.
seen it before. But that's why I was like, dude, when that line I stopped you on, stop there. Look. In real life, like let that sink in. Like,
yeah, most definitely. I thought I felt love in a woman that didn't love herself.
That was, but you had a couple heavy lines in that same piece. Yeah. A couple of them, like the literally shit. Yeah.
So I told her it was lit. She cried a tear, and I broke it down like Bruce Lee. And she asked me, "What did that mean?" I say, "Literally," and I meant that literally.
Yeah, that was nasty.
That's crazy.
Look, I still gotta finish that. I still got some more to write, but. Yeah,
that piece is bananas the way it is.
Yeah, I like it how it is too. So.
Yeah.
So you think I should leave it like that? Does it end it like that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's a finished poem. That's done.
Good.
Good.
But I could write some more to that though.
Gold right there.
So you could, but it's done. It's a done poem.
She asked me, what did that mean?
What to say? You ended it. You ended it on a powerful note. So
Yeah.
Appreciate that,
So
y'all.
wait a minute. Why don't we do this one more thing before we go?
Okay, go
y'all
ahead.
are coming tomorrow, right? What time tomorrow? 7 o'clock, right?
7:30. 7:30.
7:30. Okay, 7. Hold on. Put this in my phone now because I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna do this right now. Ah, here we go. This is perfect. 7.
Y'all check the merch.
All right. So we are there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Right.
Most definitely.
Before we get off though, let's rotate. Everybody do one piece.
Okay.
I'll do something short for y'all.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go, Don. It's on you.
All right. Okay, yeah, this one's called The Laws of Attraction. Okay. Can you tell me how our molecular structures composed of energy and matter happen to magically find their way to each other? They're placed in two parts of the world totally scattered. How did we... Hold on 1 second. Oh, got you. Can you tell me why we met in that classroom in junior high? I mean, think about it. It's not a coincidence that we said hi. It's not some random action. It's simply the laws of attraction. See, it's the reason we clicked and the reason we kissed. Why we can't leave without hugs and why we won't fall out of love, because no matter where you go and who you meet after me, we would still find each other and our energies would greet with that same hello that made us fall so long ago, stumbling into each other.
Okay. Love it.
That was dope. Who next?
We'll go with Finn Human, the champion, 2-time champ.
hold on. I'd like to submit this piece for peer review. Observe this. Hindsight vision is empirical. Let's reflect on the surface before we dive deeper. Stand on the pier, the view, the sun's ray hovered like a Germanic surname. It's bright in this moment. So were our spirits too. There was no great barrier reef here, just brief relief from every proton being an impediment to us. Not trying to be negative, but there is very few electric recollections to pick and choose. But one-dimensionally speaking, had to keep separation between our small sphere and cubes. Every day is like Russian roulette with a gun to your head. I'm so proud of my people, man. I'm so proud of all of them. It's not hard to conceive. We were born battling an empire. They were in the womb, comfortable with their feet upon the ottoman. Their first birthdays came with their cribs completely furnished. Our sweet 16 still fighting for a spot at the foot of the bed with our feet to the furnace. We didn't suffer defeat. The odds.
I think he paused. He was going in.
Yeah.
You went out.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
So good. Oh.
You back? Hey, you had pause. You had pause for a second.
Okay, where I pause at?
I think you were talking about their surnames. Right. Name.
Surnames. All right. Let me see some. I'm gonna run it back again. Just tell me if I pause again.
All right.
I'd like to submit this piece for peer review. Observe this. Hindsight vision is empirical. Let's reflect on the surface before we dive deeper. Stand on the pier, the view, the sun's ray hovered like a Germanic surname. It's bright in this moment. So were our spirits too. There was no great barrier reef here, just brief relief from every proton being an impediment to us. Not trying to be negative, but there was very few electric recollections to pick and choose. But one-dimensionally speaking, had to keep separation between our small sphere and cubes. Every day is like Russian roulette with a gun to your head. I'm so proud of my people, man. I'm proud of all of them. It's hard to conceive. We were born battling an empire. They were in the womb comfortable with their feet upon the ottoman. Their first birthdays came with their cribs completely furnished. Our sweet 16 still fighting for a spot at the foot of the bed with our feet to the furnace. We didn't suffer defeat. The odds were against us.
You froze again, Finn.
The odds were against us is where you went out at. I was listening to the exact lines and shit.
The odds were against us, huh? Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you back.
You went out at odds or against us though.
I think you
The
froze.
odds were against us,
I heard everything that you said the first time, running that
The
back.
odds
But
were against us, but we became 300, the Persians.
Mm.
Lots of loss and a house of broken mirrors, reflecting tearfully through the looking glass. It's like we viewed progression almost fearfully. But looking back, the objectives were so much closer than they appeared to be. Some wore no seatbelts for the crash out, some went all in and they cashed out, and some broke even. We don't talk about it much, but it stays in our memories.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Shout out to Teddy Youngblood for being in the listeners. Shout out to him. But yeah, that was fire. Hey, Finn always come with fire though. Hey, the stream didn't want you to get that poem out.
No, for
You still
real.
that was fire. So we're gonna go with microphone McFan.
me before you. Okay. So Finn. Since you just spit, and I know you're gonna like one of these, I'm gonna give you a couple names. You just tell me which poem. So I got Picture This. I got Phonetically Fucked. Hold on, I'm trying to get to them.
You don't need to know no more. Yeah, Phonetically Fucked. That's it. I picked that one.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I did.
So remember we talked about concept? I ain't done this forever. I ain't done this forever. So my concept on this one was poetry and sex. I gotta look this one up. Hold on. Fucked. Here it is. I ain't done this in forever. But this is the craziest shit though. Why I'm looking this, why I'm getting it right. So we all know those poetry queens, right? Y'all listening? Can y'all hear me? All right. We all know those poetry queens, the ones that talk about like goddess and all that. They wear the little Erykah Badu shit, right? So the first time I wrote this shit, one of them, like I always like, she was an elder to me. She was the you know what I'm saying? She said she loved this poem. I never spit it on open mic ever again. Never spit it on stage ever again. I memorized it. I'm gonna read it for y'all because I've been drinking, but I memorized it and never spit it again. But then this is the concept. The concept is poetry and sex, but it's almost a battle poem, so nobody hears this. Y'all ready? I hold my pen. I hold my pen like my dick in my hand. It's a stiff erection. I write my words raw without protection. It's the conception without contraception. Ink injections describe ear infections. If you pull out before I release, my words gonna just skeet on a notebook sheet. Oral intercourse when I speak. Intellectual stimulation. Boss point secrete repeat ejaculation is verbal masturbation. My potent penetration leave pussy poets leaking needed mental cycle administration. Got the audacity to compete with me? Led me to realize recently they all suffer from PTD, poetically transmitted disease. But I'm gonna stop that quick. I block shit like cheese because I don't fuck with the tainted type. My words are contagious, but I write those right, so it's more like my pen gonna fill them with penicillin. So when you catch that sick feeling, my spoken word is vocal healing. And don't get infested with messing with poets filled with pestilence. Should have remained celibate and stop fucking with me when it came to the poetry. But for some reason, I seem to keep them pussies screaming, meaning they coming to the mic. Not knowing I'm a poke them and stroke them right, put on the bed, good night, motherfucker. Thought you were wild to cry with your sexual styles? Nah, you just a decent dick sucker. I got words for you to swallow. Get on your knees real quick and I'll fill you with swimming similes that'll load your throat until you choke and spit. Put a pen in my hand, I'll show you how to stroke that shit. You impotent. In need of my vocal Viagra, lacking the stamina, not on my you impotent. In need of my vocal Viagra, lacking the stamina, not on my caliber, using amateur. Can't climax or no orgasm, just a sperm sampler. Pass around like a poetic jump down. Your shit was soft. I circumcise your feeble tries. In other words, I cut you off. I see you suffering from erectile dysfunction. Can't caress the crowd, but I tell you now I'm well endowed. Working my tongue, making sure everyone comes to the conclusion that you're losing. If your open mic look nice, I just might fuck around. I strip your paragraph down to a naked noun and have sex with the sounds. Doggy style stroke. Yeah, you wrote from behind. Nobody told you if you play with your pen, you go blind. That's why I write my lines with 69, meaning I'm giving mine. And wait, I write my lines with a 60 mind, and I'm giving the crowd theirs, and I'm getting mine at the same time. Other poets, at most, might masturbate with a 68. Got me thinking, with the shit he just said, he'll never get ahead. I'm a beast in bed. Ah, fuck. Hold on. I don't know how I just went to a whole different poem. My fault, y'all. Well, I'm gonna just go what off my head. Giving the crowd theirs and getting mine at the same time. Other poets at the most might masturbate with a 68. Got me thinking, with that shit he just said, he'll never get ahead. I'm a beast in bed, left leg shaking. Eargasm, if I'm not mistaken. You was wall climbing when I was rhyming, broke the hymen, your vagina, and let the blood flow. My pen soul was a nympho, a word hole, a loose leaf freak between the sheets. Sex slave to my page. Seeming like I've been leaving my semen on every stage nowadays. My wordplay, fabulous foreplay. It's like I'm braining them. Refuse to stop till I came in them, causing cranium, nymphomanium. I'm a heat speaker that spit heat seekers. I bleed speakers, feed your lyrical avitra. Even your favorite feature got Mac fan fever. I found that the audience like Catholic preachers got credentials with the pencils and other writing utensils. I'm married to metaphor, more poetry, my mistress. I was touched by the mic like Make-A-Wish kid. So fuck the haters. How they go? Fuck the haters with vibrators. I got more flavor than non-ladies, and now your neighbors know my name. Cause I came to erupt in every sentence slut when I come, make your eardrums bust a nut. Verbal intercourse. You just got phonetically fucked. I'm sorry I messed that up, man. I ain't done that poem in like 8,000 years, man.
Oh.
Man, hold up. That was fire. That was fire. That was fire. Like
I had it memorized though.
Like that whole double entendre. You like that whole poem was a whole double entendre by itself.
Yes.
And that's amazing to do, to write a whole poem that's a double entendre. Some of it was triple. For you to write a whole poem like that, that's fire.
That was one of the earliest. What did you say?
I said that loose leaf sheep freak. That was yeah,
that was with my headphones on. I'm like,
appreciate it. That was one of the first poems I wrote, and that was fucked it up because that y'all would have heard that. That would have been one of my, I keep Whitney, but when the chick that came and told me it was one of those like queen, you know what I'm saying? Like she had substance. She always talked about life and love and like, and then she was like, I love that poem. That was dope. And I was like, you came to talk to me? I kept that. I never spit it again. So
you know what? That's fire.
Yeah,
that's fire.
Appreciate it.
And I want to give a shout out to Exclusives. He's in the chat. Shout out to you. Get well soon. We miss you. We need you here. Hope you be well for tomorrow. But shout out to Exclusive.
Yeah, sorry I fucked that poem about like 17 times. But
no, that was fire though. I'm not gonna even hold you. Like that was fire. Like. Like the end of windows, I'm like that was fire though. But the first line was kind of paused, like, hold on, wait a minute.
I hold my pen like my dick in my hand.
Like pause. Like, hold up, wait a minute.
What's so crazy though?
Look, he burned me up with the words. I'm like, oh, hold on, wait a
minute. So what's so crazy though? When I first started writing, I would like come up with like ridiculous ass first lines.
Got to. It's a hook. It's like your
hook. To like so that's why I came up with that. Like at the beginning, like when I first started working, I was not even a year in when I wrote this. And so like I would come up with like lines like fuck you, you crusty bitch. Would be my that would be the first Punchline.
Back next week for me though. Yeah, gotta run back.
Um,
She wants you to
follow me. Actually, no, follow me because I go live once a week on my own. I go live once a week on my own. If you want to catch me, just support that. Just give me a heart or a comment or something.
Mm-hmm.
Danny McFan, microphone McFan, MCPHAN. You gonna find me on IG as microphone McFan, on Facebook as Danny McFan, and I go live every week because I just came out of retirement. I've been retired when me and TkDaPoet first started talking shit to each other. I was retired. Like
y'all, both of you.
Yeah. So I'm just
Hold
coming.
on.
Like,
Wait, what? Hold on. What'd you say, Finn?
I said both of you reek of fear.
That was a funny line. So yeah, I'm a part-time comedian too. So go ahead.
Okay, so this last poem that I got, I'm gonna read it to y'all. I ain't got it memorized. It's not that long. It's pretty short. It's called "What the Fuck For." Stay strong. What the fuck for? So everybody else could benefit from it. See, that's kind of shit that makes me want to vomit. You supposed to be the light. Did y'all ever think that I might like the dark? You supposed to have a heart and show and be kind and show love. I say fuck showing love because they only left me with broken emotions, and that shit hard to fix like broken relationships. See, I hate being the one that had to be strong because people don't expect me to be weak. Please don't think that shit. But again, you'll never know that shit because I hide that shit like white people do racism. So stop looking for me to have the answer because I didn't fail the test. And you still want to copy me? Stop it, please. I didn't walk down dark alleys and drove the lane, but y'all did nothing but foul me. But I still scored. I'm still scoring. But babies are beautiful. But what about stillborns? See, they didn't want me here, but I was stillborns. But for what? To carry the world on my shoulder, and y'all wonder why my heart turned colder. I'm just waiting on the day that someone gonna ask me, "How do you feel? What do you need? What makes you breathe?" See, that's too much like right and wrong is what I grew accustomed to. See, walk a mile in my shoes or two, and see that my steps are hard to walk in, like bow legged and pitching toe people. See, everybody is not created equal. See, my pain is my pain. So stand strong for you and stand strong for somebody else. That's two different ball games. What the fuck for?
I just love the title on that. It's so cool. What for?
What the fuck for?
What the fuck for, man?
Look, and I kind of like that poem. I probably this one of the poems I need to memorize and get in my because I think I wrote some more in this hard drive. I really did this poem, but
and for the record, in high school, TK was both bow-legged and pigeon-toed at the same time. When he's talking about you don't know how hard it is to walk like that, he do. He will walk like that.
Nah, for real,
bro. I did not see that coming, bro.
look. I mean, he was telling the truth, man. See, my steps are hard to walk in, like bow-legged and pigeon-toe people.
And Malaysia, the executive, though. Next week,
my God.
I'll let you pick my piece. I'll let you pick my poem next week.
Look.
For sure.
Right on.
But see, my favorite part in that poem is y'all looking for me to have the answers and I failed the test and y'all still want to copy me. Stop it, please. I done walked down dark alleys and drove the lane, but y'all did nothing but foul me. But I still scored. I'm still scoring, but babies are beautiful. But what about stillborn? See, they didn't want me here, but I was stillborn. Look, that's probably one of my favorite lines in that poem.
Most definitely.
They say babies are beautiful. What about stillborns?
No. Go back to the still scoring.
Hold on.
You laid it over to the stillborn and then rated it over to the stillborn again.
Look, I'm trying to tell you. Look.
So I got an idea for one of these lives, man. A poetry breakdown where we all pick a poem and then break it down to the listeners, man. I think that'd be a dope idea. And we get some this is the pen game. This is what I'm doing. Yeah.
No, Finn. I'm G with that. But I think that if we do that, whoever do the poem got to do it like a couple of times. So like you start the poem and then we stop you, like in the middle of spitting it, be like, nope. So did y'all catch this, and this?
Well, no, what you would do is you would do the whole poem through, and you can even submit the written too, so people can see the written. Okay. We can put it up on screen.
I'm not a written poem. I'm not a written poet.
Right.
No, I'm just saying. I think it, like, especially for mine with my dense vocabulary and stuff like that, having the words up on the screen makes a lot of sense. At least for my.
So like,
yes.
Remember the Dawn picked the poem, right? And I'm gonna tell you, like, between the two pieces she picked was In Like and Know You. And one of them I said, like, I know you. Like, she picked Know You. I was like, I know you, like A-E-I-O and sometimes Y. So A-E-I-O, U and Y, like, but Know You, like N-O. No, you was the
Okay, hold on. If we doing bar breakdowns now, I had the bar of the series.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
No, if you doing it. No, and it's going off the note. It's in the same thing. I said they'll build monuments in my honor. My hubris knows no nose.
Yeah.
Pyramid Sphinx.
That's nasty. Sphinx, no nose.
No nose. Well, for
That's
sure.
bananas.
That was fire. That was my best.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't do it written. Like, it has to be heard and caught at the same time. That's why I
mean, that's what I'm saying. You recite it, do it live, but I'm saying also have it written so people can see it. Like the one I just did. I did that one and it was a written poem.
Or put it in the comment section. Put the written part in the comment section so people can follow and read it.
Yeah, read along with it. Because
bro, we need that.
No, I'm gonna tell you like this. You said that made you blush though when the Dawn caught something later.
Yeah.
That's the biggest compliment I could ever give to a writer. When I listen to Big L, Big,
don't put
M,
big.
M, or like whatever they metaphors. When I catch them because I'm a smart dude. So when I catch your metaphors later, those shit bananas.
Look, I'm gonna give y'all something that y'all probably didn't even catch in that poem that I wrote when let me see what
like the one you ended TK, the one you ended your piece with.
No,
the literally.
No, not that one. Purpose.
No, see, you take it too long. Now I got one in the one.
Wait a minute. Let me get this out. When I was talking about, Jesus, like y'all said, Jesus was the light, and I found out that was bullshit because I found out Jesus wasn't even white. So a lot of people might like in it. I went even to say, y'all might think that's blasphemy, but I'd rather have a partner to have my back that would blasphemy. But see, if you really think and then go into history, the letter J wasn't even around when the Messiah was here. So when people say, "Oh, Jesus is a light," like Jesus wasn't even his name back then, because J wasn't even invented until 1500 after he died. So Jesus wasn't even his name when he was walking this earth. So what was his name? So that's when I say, they say Jesus was the light, and I found that that was bullshit because Jesus wasn't even white. It's not me being blasphemous, it's just me just giving y'all a little insight. Like, nah, that's not true. All the stuff that we've been talked about. What we've been taught about wasn't even right. So a lot of people probably not even kiss that correlation.
No, TK, that's the difference, right? So I got a piece like my fault to take over the poetry after dark and just get to talking and shit, right?
Hey, what we here for?
But see, this what I see, because there's concept poems, right? There's lyrical poems, there's deep poems, and then there's knowledge. So remember when I was telling you, like, people write over people's head purposely. A lot of times they do that. They do that shit lyrically. But what you just wrote reminds me of a poem I wrote, because I don't got a lot like that, but I got one or two like that where it's like so deep. It take you got to damn near study to hear this poem. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back and know who who Benjamin Banneker is.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know who created the light bulb. You got to know who created the stoplight. You got to know, you know what I'm saying, the scientists, the mathematicians that was black. Like when I go through this poem, this poem in particular, which is one of my favorite poems of mine, by the way. It's deep, but not in a heartfelt deep.
Right.
These are categories. So when I said you and her got y'all category, that's not your only category. So when I heard you, TK, going to my category, I was like, oh shit, I ain't know this. So I gave you praise for that. I will give you praise for that every time you show me something different, right? And this poem in particular, it was one that was really well rehearsed. It was deep. And so like that poem, you just went deep. You know what I'm saying? It's not even lyrical. It wasn't lyrical when I did it. It was just so, you know what I'm saying? You got it's deep. You just got to go deep.
And see, like even in that poem, purpose, when I say, I know y'all think this sound like it's blasphemy, but I already have a partner that had my back that was blasphemy. But then I brought it back at the end when I say, I thought I was never gonna get married again because of the hurt, but life is funny like a pit bull in the skirt. And I said I'm married again. So I must believe in the Most High because I took a leap of faith and landed on both feet. So we're saying like I'm telling you that I still believe in the Most High. So when I went through that blasphemy board and stuff like that, and at the end I tied in like, look, I still believe in the Most High because I took a leap of faith and landed on both feet. So I try to tie it all in together at the end.
That's facts.
All right,
but you know what, bro? We do have a blessing to be able to tell truth.
You just say what?
I said, whenever I do a blasphemy bar, I do not believe in the Most High, so I mean it blasphemously.
Nah, fan, you know what? I believe personally, I believe that your truth and my truth could still be truth at the same time.
Right, fact.
Me too.
Just because you believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe, don't mean that we don't believe the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But though, I do a lot of research on a lot of the shit I say and believe and think. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak as a poet, because we have the blessing to influence minds, I just do it. Sometimes I go in a dark hole, bro. I start researching shit and it take me all the way down there. But just because it's true don't mean that ain't.
Yep.
I need that shirt. Hey man, you gotta get them shirt. That shirt right there.
Poetry life,
Yeah, already.
But this was one of the themes of one of the poems I had, Still I Rise.
Oh yeah.
Still I rose,
Fire.
The microphone with the still rose.
I'll order in today though for one of them. I know you don't got those yet, but I'm gonna put my order.
Yeah, I ain't got these yet. I'm still trying to. I'm in the try and error phase of the shirts. I'm trying to figure out what size to get them, what size to put on the right shirt. So I'm spending money, stretching ideas and stuff like that. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you printing them yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just starting. I have a baby t-shirt business.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we can work with each other. I can help you out get a lower price because I've already figured out my price, so you can't help me lower. But maybe I might be able to share some info.
Okay.
Help make it easier.
Yeah, because man, these shirts I got right here, these are really good shirts, good quality shirts that I got off of Harry Hines and stuff like that. But I'm like, okay,
I'm going to Harry Hines Monday.
Yeah,
because I haven't. I've been ordering mine.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, like these are the only shirts that I found that I feel like it's worth the money, whatever.
So wait. Do they print? They give you the shirt and print them?
No. What's name? I pay for the printouts and I do it myself.
Oh, so you bought the printout separate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what I was. I was actually gonna do the printout myself.
Yeah. You got a direct to fabric machine?
I already got one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to find the better place to find the shirts.
Right.
You know
I can when we get up off here tomorrow, when we link up, I can tell you a place where I got these shirts, and the dude gave me a good deal for 100 shirts. So
yeah, I'm on my way to Harry Harris on Monday.
Yeah,
because I promise you I'm doing it because I'm off Monday. But anyway, though, before because I don't want to stay too late, but I want to say, Finn, Don, TK, all of y'all though, man, dope shit, and like it's a blessing to be around. Normally, when I don't know if y'all ever rap or do poetry and shit like in a crowd, like off the mic. I'm saying off the mic. Would this just be like people? You know what I'm saying? Just come around because we word nerds. What I call it, word nerds. It's always a weakling. It's always somebody that don't belong. It's normally actually a bunch of people that don't belong and like 2 people that do. Nah, this is a whole group of like Hercules. Everybody strong over here. Like it wasn't no weaklings over here. Everybody was strong.
Look, and you haven't even met all the Poetry Life members yet. Hey, we got Mohi.
For sure.
Yeah, the whole team strong, man.
Look,
yeah.
Tell you. Look, I've been trying to recruit you, but you've been trying to play, hard to get in.
Come on board. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm not easily impressed, but you impressed me, man. I like your wordplay. So,
Finn, I ain't gave you like the harder shit yet.
Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, because I know, like, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, you impressed me too, though. Real talk. That's why I called you when I first got on. The first thing I said was, Finn, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But I still ain't gave you my hardest shit yet because
gotta keep something tucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta keep a couple of to my side.
Right. But yeah, man, like you got an invitation to to the team, man. Whenever you decide you want to take this poetry serious, because if it ain't Poetry Life, it ain't poetry. Hold on, let me I don't think you read this real quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the screen for you can read it. Poetry Life is the NBA of poetry. If it's not Poetry Life, then it's not poetry. That is a fact.
Bro, I be wanting to, like, in real life, I'm trying, but life be lifing. Like,
look,
outside of poetry, life be on some real life shit.
Yes,
you ain't lying. That's for everybody. Look, I ain't gonna hold you.
That's for me too. So.
But the great is y'all share a lane. You know what I'm saying? All y'all share a commuter lane. All y'all are in the same little commuter lane. I'm in my own lane. Come up in my lane, y'all gonna hit the guardrail. So stay in y'all commuter lane.
Wow.
But nah, for real though, what took me out of poetry initially was like a lot of the attitudes and the personalities.
Right.
Because a lot of people that do this shit and be talking about like Black lives and talking about like a higher unity and to be talking about like love and community, they be full of shit.
Right.
And so like it was hard for me to like see all these people get on stage and talk all that shit and then get off stage and be on bullshit. And then I came here and it was a lot about slams. And when I started winning, it was a lot of hate.
Right.
And I get money.
We gonna take the hate because we already know when Poetry Life step out and we start doing our thing and people start getting nervous. Yeah, we here. I know y'all gonna hate us, but we accept that. We love the hate.
And what's great about
to finish the sentence though, when I started slamming here, when I got here, I found a new love for it. I was ready. But number one, it wasn't enough competition. Number two, though, it was a lot more hate than I expected, and I fell back because I could get money. Right? I'm like, man, I don't need y'all. I can go get money for real, right? But the love, the energy, the you know what I'm saying. So when I first met you, TK, I ain't know what it was. I thought that confidence, I mistook it for putting everybody else down. Now you was lifting yourself up. I see that now though, and the people you run with, it's all love over here. Yeah, I can fuck with that, but I feel like, man, like life is. Man, bro, life be life.
And Danny, one thing I'm gonna say about the group that we got here, man, is everybody's poetry comes from a place of sincerity. So the poems that the people spit, that's really them. Like the shit that I say is really me. The shit that TK say is really him. The shit that Don says and Exclusive says, that's really them. So
yeah, but Finn, though, I need to connect with you though, because it's some poems that I would definitely like spit with you that I wouldn't spit with the community, because like I think that you would relate to it on a different level.
yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying, like the Don, I would spit if me and you were on a if them two wasn't here, it was me and you. I could talk to you about shit I wouldn't talk to them about, but the same with Finn. I would talk to you about
You mean like the inventor of the light bulb and being a black man, or are you talking about the man that, or are you talking about the man that invented the filament for the light bulb was a black man? Because he didn't invent the entire light bulb, he just did he invented the filament for the light bulb. Is that what you're talking about? Like somebody who
that's the shit I'll take. That's the conversation I have with TkDaPoet. Not you or Don. Me and Don have a love conversation. We would talk about healing and love. Me and you would talk about life and like what the iron sharper iron, like what made you to be you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Me and Don would talk about the heart and what, you know what I'm saying? Like exactly. Yeah. And me and TK would, yeah, it's just different, you know, whatever. But I do see the love and the appreciation and the, you know, the familyness shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I say about Poetry Life. We all different. None of us is like even the same and stuff. So, you know, yeah, you finished that a long time ago, my boy. But yeah, we're like, we all different. Like we all have our different lanes, but we come together and make something magical happen.
For sure.
And I appreciate everybody, man. I'm finna jump off.
I got it. I'm out of liquor again.
Almost 1 a.m. over here.
Look, we've been on this thing for 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I appreciate everybody that came in and spit their poetry. This is Poetry After Dark. Next week is Friday. Say, hey, stay tuned. If you want to hear dope poetry, come back. We here. So
I'll keep you posted.
I most definitely will. Shout out to everyone that came and all the viewers out there. I appreciate y'all, man. We out.
Peace.
So, you know, we here. Thank everybody for coming. This is Poetry Life After Dark. Right now is 1:40 Dallas time. So, you know, we'll appreciate everybody that came in, spit their poem. Shout out to Exclusive. Much love to you. Heal, get well, and we need you back here because this is your platform, Poetry Life. I'm just a substitute. So we here again, like I said. We have merch, shirts, you know. Dig the shirts. Hold on, let me see if I got another different shirt in here. You know, hey man, get the merch. Six Poetry. You know, hey, get these shirts. It took me a long time to fold these shirts and put them in them packets. So you know, I appreciate everybody come and that bought shirts. I appreciate everyone that did. Now it's helping us, you know, grow, support, share. Also. Share the live. That's the only way we can grow. If y'all share the live, be involved, and as we continue to give y'all dope material, dope poetry, bring other people up, give y'all different perception of what's going on. But also tomorrow, it's the real talk with the poet. You know, tomorrow I will be shaved up, looking a little bit better. You know, been looking kind of rough the last couple of days, but we're gonna be back on. But tomorrow, 7:30, you know the vibes. It's Poetry Life and the people that make Poetry Life. We here, we the team. So shout out to everyone. Love y'all. We out for the night. And y'all already know what it is. It's TkDaPoet. You already know it, so you ain't gotta quote it. And if I spoke it, you already know what that means. Yeah, I wrote it. We out. We out this thing. Poetry Life.